Opie is here, and his show starts now.
And that's how it ends, right there. People, good morning. We're here. That surprised me, actually. Violent Femmes, Blister in the Sun, as we start another fine radio show with Mr. Jim Florentine to my right. What's up, Jim?
I know that song well. I was
Do
one.
you?
Yeah, that was one of the clubs where you have to go out on the dance floor to try to get laid, so you had to try to dance to that.
That was one you had to, make believe you loved, right?
Well, that was one. Everyone would hit the dance floor on that one when that came on.
And it's pretty much the only song most of us know from the Violent Femmes. That's about it. There's a couple more in there, I think. If I had to think about it, but that's the one that most like and know. It's in the new show Love by Judd Apatow. I'm getting a lot of nice music from that show. Are you watching Love? I guess you can't watch Love yet. It's not out for the people yet. I got some screeners on that one.
It's coming on Netflix, right?
Yeah. It's like a girl show, right, Eric Stengel?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
but I like it.
Well, you're a sensitive guy.
Relax. It's okay that I like a girl show every once in a while.
Why do you take offense if I say you're a sensitive guy?
No one wants to be told they're a sensitive guy.
You just said you watch a girl show.
So that makes me a sensitive guy?
Yeah, that exactly makes you a sensitive guy.
Oh, all right.
And you play Violent Femmes.
What's wrong? Violent Femmes? That's not in the sensitive guy category.
Femmes?
Femmes. Femmes. Does that make you a sensitive guy, Florentine?
Not the Violent Femmes.
If you watch a girl show?
No.
I mean, the show Love on Netflix, it's based on, relationships.
I watched the first couple seasons of Girls.
Right? Did you?
Yeah, on HBO.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
The first couple seasons, I was like, I kind of got lost after the third one, but
yeah,
it wasn't bad, the first two.
Right. Okay.
So
I'm not going to go watch Girls. That sounds stupid.
I actually think
Judd,
I think you would like Girls.
Why? Is it a girl show?
Some of the conversations seem very similar in these two shows.
Oh, all right. All right, maybe I'll watch Girls.
And Judd was the executive producer on Girls.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, Judd knows what he's fucking doing.
I know.
He's got a lot of success out there in Hollywood.
Oh, you know what you would like? Sex in the City.
Relax.
Oh, my God. Sex and the City. It's just like the conversations you and your friends have.
I had a program director at WNEW, and he told me and Anthony that we should watch Sex in the City.
Why?
So we could get the vibe of New York City. That is the truth. He came in, he goes, I got a great idea, this show, Sex and the City. It was before it became what it became.
So right when you guys got to New York, basically.
But we're New Yorkers.
Right.
But I kind of wandered around for about 10 years, so maybe I didn't know New York as well.
Because that's their audience you guys were drawing, the people that watch Sex in the City.
Exactly. But, I mean, they would have a scene from the Staten Island Ferry, so then I guess that would help us. Like, oh, the Staten Island Ferry. Maybe you could work that into your conversation to make you sound like you're, true New Yorkers.
And what did you say in that meeting?
I pretty much go fuck yourself, I guess.
Or just like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the
You didn't
war.
even do that.
It was go fuck yourself. We had a very interesting relationship with Gary Wall. But in the end, I loved the guy. And if he's listening or any of his friends are listening, I loved the guy. He was awesome. But his hands were tied back then.
Yeah.
They fucked with us, and they didn't really allow us to, do what the station could have done.
Do you think you and Anthony would have done better if you would have watched Sex in the City?
I mean, we couldn't do much better, though.
I know.
So,
could your ratings been any higher?
Holy fuck!
Would you have gotten on more markets?
We were everywhere. It had nothing to do with that Sex in the City, which I did end up watching here and there. It was all right. It was kind of cool that they filmed all over New York, but besides that, I don't know. I find that kind of neat when you watch a TV show or a movie and you see, a New York landmark or, a restaurant or street you're familiar with. But.
When my wife dragged me to see the second Sex and the City film, that was when I first had a sling box at home.
Wait, you went to your second Sex?
There were two movies.
And you went to both?
No, she went to the second one. I had to go with her to that one.
Why did you have to go with her?
How hard did she drag you?
No, it was like a thing. It was like, well, because
you're a big guy, so it's almost impossible to drag you to Sex and the City.
So I had a Slingbox at home, so I'm watching on my iPhone King of Queens in the movie theater instead of watching and they had the usher to come and tell me to stop watching television instead of watching.
Well, I guess I have been dragged to some shit over the years.
Was she mad?
But you say it in such a way where I feel like you really wanted to go see Sex and the City.
No.
And you're trying to be cool in the room.
You know what? There's no truth around that at all. There's no way I wanted to go see that movie.
So then you tell your wife, I don't want to go see that movie.
So they go to like Dubai in it, right? They go to Dubai, and
I don't give a fuck about that. And Florentine looked at me. We don't give a fuck about Dubai and the plot of the movie. We want to like really break down how you get dragged to girly movies.
So Kim, I didn't say movies, plural.
Movies.
Just that one. So then Kim Cattrall runs into like a guy in the desert, and
and she fucked him, right?
But before she did, you know what she called him?
What?
Oh, Lawrence of my labia. And you just heard me in the theater do this. Ugh. That was it. I was done. Ugh.
No, that was a good point that he brought that out to show how bad it is. Lawrence of Labia. But
I guess, but I think he went to see Sex and the City.
There's no way. If I went,
he's trying to deflect a little.
He got a little excited when he saw that the movie was coming to his town,
and he had to mention it was part 2. He saw the second.
Exactly. Wait, but that means you went to the first one. Look, that's where my love for Sex and the City ended. I never went to the fucking movies, and I don't even think I saw Sex and the City like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. It was just here and there every once in a while. All right, that's what I'll admit to today.
Now, was there a thing where you went to go see it because she went to something that you liked?
Yeah.
You dragged her to?
I took her to like Cloverfield or something like right beforehand.
Yeah, but it's stupid. I mean, doesn't your wife have friends?
Yeah, but she was like, oh, we'll go see it together and then go to dinner.
No, there's movies you could see together.
No, I understand.
You don't have to do that. Although we've all been in that situation.
Right. You've been in that where they're like, we'll go see this movie, then we'll go to dinner. It'll be a date night. It's like one of those things.
It was Bridges of Madison County for me.
So why are you giving me shit for
brutal movie?
Brutal. And the saddest part is I don't remember what movies were happening at that exact time, but you could hear awesomeness coming through the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Explosions.
Because Bridges of Madison County is so slow and so quiet because it's and
it was Clint Eastwood when he was on a roll with his movies, and all of a sudden he just dropped that dud in the middle of it. Where you thought, all right, Clint Eastwood, I'll go see it.
Yeah, he had those fucking baloney tits, and she was getting all turned on as he's showering outside, and she's looking from the window above, touching herself, but it's sort of a family movie, so they can't really say she's touching her labia.
Lawrence of my labia.
Lawrence, she's touching her Lawrence of... But the movie's so quiet. You could hear the bugs in this stupid movie, and I hear awesomeness coming through the wall. And I'm like, fuck, I should be next door. What am I doing? I don't even like this girl I'm with.
Nothing worse than I went on a date with this girl, and she wasn't even that hot. I was like 19 or 18, so I was a desperate man. I had sex with maybe one girl at that point. And Yentl, the Barbra Streisand movie, was out the same time as Scarface.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
And we're deciding the movies. I go, I think Scarface looks pretty good, Al Pacino. She goes, I'd rather see Yentl. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I went and saw Yentl over Scarface in the theater. Swear they were out at the same time.
I've never seen Yentl.
Ooh.
I mean, I think if it's early on in a relationship, all right. You're going to do some things. This
was just a date, though. This was like
right.
But I met her in a bar, and I said, "Let's go out." And all we did was make out at the end of the night. So I didn't even get laid.
Did you have to pretend you liked Yentl?
I just said, "Yeah, it was all right." It was at the end. I'm like, "Ah, it was all right."
It was just
It's Barbra Streisand pretending to be a boy, and they're all speaking Hebrew. There's no way you can even say that was all right.
I was trying to get laid, of course. Yeah,
you got to add in.
I just zoned out for 2 hours, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right.
But see, you're married. You've been with your wife for a while, so you should be to the point. Like, look, that's one for you and your friends or whatever.
Right, but again, I brought her to like Cloverfield or something right before.
Yeah, but that's not cool for her. Like, you guys are fucking each other over. She probably didn't want to see Cloverfield.
That's what keeps things fresh in the relationship.
What, for forcing each other to go to dumb movies?
Yeah, living lies.
Well, sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Not really.
I had an ex that was into country music, so I wasn't a big country fan, but I would take her to a metal show. Once in a while, not one I would go, you can't go see Slipknot, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe a AC/DC or a Black Sabbath or something. And she was like, yeah, I'll go. And she was a trooper there, so, you know, a country guy would come around, a Zach Brown or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. No problem. And I would sit there, you know, because I'm looking, it's a 3-hour concert between the opening bands and the headliner. Yeah. I'll sit there and take the bullet, have a couple beers, and there's a bunch of hot chicks at country shows.
Well, first of all, Zach Brown is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. There were some other ones.
That's a bad example.
Okay, well, I saw Brad Paisley and
oh my God,
McGraw, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
You know, but one thing about those country guys, the musicians in those bands are unbelievable. They're all like metal guys. So just watching them and they jam and stuff like that. So it's not just all silly shit.
I get you have to do it every once in a while, but I don't know. I think you really wanted to go see Sex
There's
and the
no
City.
way I want to see Sex
that
and the
one.
City,
That
too.
one. I'd rather go see a country show without a doubt than Sex and the City.
Yeah, of course.
That one you got to. You just.
Of course.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one.
I got to take this call from Tony in Cleveland. Good morning, Tony.
Morning.
What's going on?
I was just wondering how it was that Jim Florentine ended up on today's edition of The View. What's going on, fellas?
It's 5
Early
minutes,
in the morning.
you son of a bitch. All right. Thank you, Tony.
It is true. There's a lot of plumbers and trucks going to work and construction guys, and we're talking about Sex in the City.
Like they can't relate to that? They can't relate to fucking being dragged to something?
Yeah.
I understand we've all been dragged to shit, but I'm suspicious of this fucking Stangle over here.
Wait, let me ask him a question.
Sure, go ahead, Eric.
Justin, have you ever watched Sex in the City alone?
I've watched it alone.
See, there you go.
But not like appointment television. But if you're changing the channel and there's nothing else on, I have.
You watch?
There's nothing else on. We have 800 channels these days.
I didn't say I watch it now alone. But
you
like,
watch it alone? Where was the guy going to get a condom? That he wasn't in the room?
I love how he tries to spin it like, when there's nothing else on. In this day and age, there's something on always.
Well, I'm not watching it now. I'm sure, a while ago when it was hot.
Who was your favorite?
I have a good
I'm kidding.
I have a good story with the guy who played Mr. Big.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Eric and I had just won an Emmy.
Thank you.
Yep. And we just came back. We took the red eye back. We flew home. We did 2 shows. I go home. Holding this stupid statue.
Couldn't you just say I was in L.A. and
No, it's New York.
You had to brag the whole...
No, because it's a whole... There's a reason. Right. So I just got home. My wife was out to dinner with some friends. She said, come meet the girls. I go there, and I have the stupid statue still from the day, and all the girls in the whole restaurant see Mr. Big at a table over there, Mr. Big from the Sex and the City show, and they're all going bananas. And he was drunk, and then at the end, because he saw all the girls staring at him, the whole place, he just starts going table to table, like, "Hey, ladies, how are you?" Because he's going to get laid,
right?
And he came over the table, and I'm the only guy there. And he said, hey, what's going on here? And the girl said, oh, we're celebrating. And he looked at me and goes, oh, what are you celebrating? And someone said he just won an Emmy. And he goes, for what? And I was like, for Late Show with David Letterman. I'm one of the producers. And he flipped a switch, right? And he goes, they won't book me on the show. Is there any way you can get me on the show? I'm like, and then it was like trying to humiliate me in front of a table full of women going, for what? And that was pretty much it. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to someone. I didn't book him. That's it.
But that sounds weird that he wouldn't be booked on Letterman.
I had nothing to do with it.
Mr.
He also had his former co-star from Law and Order, Jerry Orbach, call the show and try to get him booked as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could see his point of being a little, he's like, he walks over there, he's like, all right, who's this cock blocker?
Yeah.
And this group of, it's not going to let me pull one of these girls out of here. It's going to go, no, I'm the driver. You came with me. You're leaving with me. So that's what he's thinking. Yeah. So I get where he's going.
But there's also an Emmy sitting in the middle of the table.
Nice. Very nice. Let me say hi to Jason in Toronto. Good morning, Jason.
Yeah, I got dragged to Brokeback Mountain. The theater was full of women. And I was uncomfortable the whole time, but in the big scene in the tent with the spitting in the hand, I wanted to just crawl out of my skin and just sneak out of the theater. It was so uncomfortable. And all these women just thought it was so nice seeing these two guys pound each other in the ass in his head.
They thought it was so nice. I never saw that movie. And then people are like, you got to see the movie because it's a really good movie. And I'm like, I just have no desire to see that. I don't know. Did you ever see it?
No.
I just find it really strange they had to film those scenes. How do you get yourself ready for those fucking scenes? I know it's acting, but I look at some of these things.
Is it acting?
Exactly. Is it acting? Very good. Let me say hi to Jeff in Massachusetts. Jeff.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. What? Oh, man, he crapped out, but he said, of course, Justin wanted to see Sex and the City, too. He was excited for Grease Live the other night. He saw Grease Live. He went out of his way to see Grease Live. And his excuse for that was that his kids wanted to watch it.
They did.
Yeah, but your kids are old enough where you guys could separate and watch different things.
I told you my kids were sick. They were like all in bed watching, both in bed sick.
All right, so you set them up
live, and I was sitting there. They wanted me to sit with them.
Nah, you set them up all nice, and you go somewhere else, and then you check in every once in a while.
True.
I'm not buying that.
My kids are 5 and 3, and they already watch their own shit. They don't need daddy.
They wanted daddy.
I mean, every once in a while, sure, but in general, they're okay with their iPads watching their own stuff. I was telling Judd Apatow yesterday, it was true. This show, Love, has a lot of really good sex scenes in it, and they're showing tits.
Nice.
They're bringing the tits back. Remember, there was about a 10-year period that it was a no-no to put that in movies and TV shows, but now it's coming back. Oh, yeah. And there was one scene where the moaning was really good, and I turned to my right. It was just me and my son in the living room, and he was on his iPad watching Minecraft. We're doing his Minecraft. And I was like debating. I'm like, fuck, do I continue watching this? I mean, he's not looking at my screen on my laptop, but he's certainly hearing the noises. So I kept looking over to make sure he was cool with it. And then I had to turn it down for a couple seconds there because I thought it was only going to go for like 10 or 15 seconds. I'm like, by the time he notices, he didn't notice, it'll be done. But then I had to turn it down because it went on too long.
He didn't look over at some point like, what the hell? Wow.
No. I was waiting for that. I was like, God damn it. Because you got to be a parent, you know? You can't fuck around with that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Although we were watching last night and one of the characters in Love, God, Judd Apatow's getting a lot of plugs today, but I'm trying to get through this series. I've already done 6 episodes. And someone said, fuck. So then my 3-year-old just starts walking around the house going, fuck. And I'm trying to explain. It's hard to explain to a 3-year-old why you can't say fuck. You could explain it to your 5-year-olds. Me and Florentine have kids almost the same age. You could explain it to him, but a 3-year-old doesn't get it because then she sees the panic in my face as I'm trying to be cool, like you can't say fuck, and she's like fuck. Not good.
Sometimes it's better to just let them say it because if they think it's bad, then they're going to definitely say it. So you just blow it off like it's no big, and then they just forget it. They're on to another word, especially at 3.
But why did she know that was a bad word at first?
It's easy to say for a 3-year-old. Fuck.
There was all sorts of dialogue. She could have picked up on all the other dumb words they were saying, but as soon as the character said fuck, she couldn't wait to repeat that one.
Probably because she looked at your face.
You think?
Yeah.
You got to be cooler about it, right?
Yeah.
My son, I tell him all the time, I'm like, look, I don't, and I said it this way, actually. I go, I don't give a shit if you curse. I just don't. But I said, if you do at school, that's bad. So in a way, you can't. But I'm not going to, I'm already trying to tell him it's just words in the end, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't do it in school.
Or at home. I mean, I do say I don't really want you to say it, but if you hear it or you happen to say it, I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. But if you do it at school or anywhere else, you definitely will get in trouble. So you got to be really careful.
If the kid's at someone's house, you don't want your child to be the one teaching other people those words.
Huh?
You don't want your kid to be the one.
Oh, I know.
But it's tough for them to understand the difference is the thing.
At 5, he gets it. I'm just trying to explain, like, let's not panic over curse words. In the end, it's ridiculous that we even focus on this stuff. When someone on the news says fuck, they panic like, oh my God, I can't believe we just did that. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then they go to a beheading, story or whatever after that. I think that's way worse than a dumb curse word. So, yeah, Eric, you're right, but I explain.
That's what I'm worried about.
But I explain all that to him. He's not the type of kid that's going to run to his friends and starts, teaching them the curse words. I don't think.
If your kid takes your advice, he won't swear in school. But if he's like, having a play date or whatever you call it with somebody, he might throw that word around just because they're not in school and he thinks it's okay to do it, and then you're the bad parent.
So what? I scold the kid because
I'm just saying that it's tough to explain the difference to a 5-year-old.
Nah, my kid's starting to get it, which is kind of nice. We have like actual conversations now. It's you're having the same thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. My son knows not to even bring up like heavy metal bands in school. He's like, my teachers aren't going to know what they are. They're going to think I'm weird, so he just doesn't do it.
Right.
I drop him off at school. He's like, turn it down. I don't want him to hear it. So yeah, he's like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to downplay it so much, like it's really no big deal, and I think that's when the kid won't go running to his friends like, oh, I got something that, the parents don't want us doing or saying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's how I'm handling it, because I think cursing is just stupid.
With the internet access every little kid has, they're going to know all those curse words. We didn't even see that. We never saw our movies growing up, any of that shit, so we weren't around the cursing that much. You hear your parents once in a while.
Yeah.
They're going to know at 5, 6 years old every curse word.
They probably already know. I don't know. Let me say hi to Johnny in Texas. Johnny.
Hey, what's going on, Opie?
What's going on, buddy?
You're a hypocrite, dude. Just the other day, you were talking about you had to go with your wife to go see Harry Potter with all her friends, and they knew.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me closely. First of all, you're almost right. Listen to me.
You're right.
First of all, my wife would never
go see Harry Potter.
Hold on. You're sort of right. We're gonna work through this together. My wife would never fucking force me to go see Harry Potter or any other dumb movie. That was a past relationship where I was forced to go see Harry Potter because I wasn't spending enough time with her and her fucking friends, and she was reading all the fucking books. And then I got dragged to Harry Potter, and yeah, I probably could have said no in the end. You're right. And then I was standing online with her and her friends, and they were all discussing the book and like, you think this part's gonna be in the movie? See, I can't even tell you the characters because I don't care enough. Yeah. But they were really like excited. Like, you think the scene with the is going to be in the movie? And I'm sitting there like trying to be cool, but I can't fake it. So I'm not talking or socializing with anyone. So then when I got home, I got scolded for not being more social at the Harry Potter movie.
I remember it because you told it last week. Hey, just real quick, guys.
But it wasn't my fucking wife.
Hey, I'm a new listener, and you guys are the shit, man. I love you guys, and I'm going to continue listening. I love you guys. Y'all take care.
Some positive feedback today. I don't know what to do with that.
Positive feedback, new listeners.
I don't know what to do with that
It's a lot
phone
to
call.
digest.
Thank you, sir.
Here, let me take you down a notch. You suck. Okay? Now we're back to where we were.
All right, now I'm sad again.
Yep.
But yeah, that whole Harry Potter thing was a nightmare. I think they were having Harry Potter fucking parties and shit.
Were they dressed up and stuff?
No, they didn't dress up. That's what you do. He dresses up.
I like to have fun with my kids.
Look at the look Florentine's giving you.
He always throws the kids in there.
I know.
Did you watch Sex in the City with your kids when you were by yourself? Did they come in the room?
I'm sure that was before I had.
Oh, so okay, so that was before.
That was before.
I would respect you a lot more if you told the truth.
I tell you the truth.
No, you're throwing in my wife
kids,
or my kids.
Sick.
You liked watching Grease live.
Honestly,
you liked it.
Honestly,
and you were looking forward to it, which is even worse.
I
didn't even know it was on TV. Did you?
No.
I swear to God.
I did. I told you I knew a week ahead of time because my kids asked every day, is it DVR? Is it DVR?
With this job, you got to try to know a little bit about everything, right? I had no idea that was on TV.
But you know what?
God.
You know what? I was watching it as a responsible member of the team. I was watching it so this show could comment on it.
See, that's why I don't respect you.
But you see, like, you didn't even watch it.
You just, it's just more and more lies.
I know. I watched a couple Slipknot videos last night. I did it for the show.
For the show.
Just in case it came up.
Right.
Did one video where the guy gets killed at the end. I wasn't sure, but I did it for the show.
Just in case it comes up.
Yeah.
Just in case it comes up.
Mars watches all that Christmas movies and cries and stuff.
That's true.
Did he? I wonder if he watched the Grease live.
Yeah, do you watch the Grease live?
Or is that too low for him?
No, I didn't watch that.
Mars, you're getting back in shape, I see.
Well, thank you.
All right, you lost a couple pounds, huh?
All that crying, his abs are coming
in. Well, let me make matters worse.
Uh-oh.
I watch Two Broke Girls.
I don't know what that is. I mean, I know the name, but
I watched Two Broke Girls.
Are they the waitresses?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched Two Broke Girls.
No, I hear it's a good show. I got a good friend that writes on the show, and she's really good. So
I just tapped out on sitcoms a long fucking time ago. I just can't do it anymore.
I'm still stuck on them. Since a kid, love sitcoms.
Sister, what?
As a kid, I love sitcoms.
I thought.
What other ones you watch?
Of course, the famous ones, Big Bang Theory. Wait a minute. There's Fresh Off the Boat. Amazing.
Fresh Off the Boat, I have watched.
It's a good show.
Yes,
Relax,
funny.
I'm with you on that
Okay.
one. That one I have seen a couple episodes. Not enough to where I have to watch it every week, but I've seen 2 or 3, and I'm like, this show is pretty fucking funny, man.
Very funny.
You ever watch football and they put like a promo for Big Bang Theory in there, like a quick joke, and you just go, what the fuck was that?
It makes you mad.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even know what they're doing. Why would they show that to entice the audience to go see it?
It makes me think, why even try on our radio show? If people are eating up that garbage, then why even
It's
try
unbelievable.
to-
You haven't seen that show, though.
Big Bang Theory, you're going to fucking defend?
I can totally defend that show. I honestly can.
Did you see the
I know people that are writers on that show.
Did you see the video where, without the laugh track, how brutal it is?
No. Oh, but
Yes. We haven't played that in a while.
But Eric and I were there at a taping. There's a live audience. We know writers on that show. We know
they took the laughs out of this show. And
I'd like to see that.
You've never seen this?
No.
But
It is brutal.
I'll
but
tell you
maybe
this: if they isolate stuff and put it in commercials and stuff, it doesn't do it justice. It's a funny show. I swear to you, it's a funny show. Eric, back me up on this. You agree?
I think it's funny, and not just because we were in the background of one of the shots once.
Yeah, Eric and I were put in a shot.
Oh,
but,
nice.
But I'm telling you, it's a funny show.
I
swear to you.
My brother likes it, and he's not a dunce, so
It tries harder than other shows.
It really does. Like they'll make crazy jokes on there, like geek level stuff, like science level, like stuff. I'm telling, and then regular sitcom level jokes.
maybe I have to take a look at this thing.
I swear to you.
Well, let me.
Jim's shaking his head no.
Here's the laugh track thing. Big Bang Theory, no laugh track.
To get her some.
Some what? Oh, yes, some sexual intercourse.
I'll take the bullet.
Excuse me, this whole idea is insane.
Yeah, enough debate. I'm going to take action. Excuse me. Are you currently involved in a sexual relationship?
No.
Would you like to be?
Sure, why not?
Sheldon?
Can I have your phone number?
Yeah.
There, problem solved.
Dumbass.
But that's weird because you can hear where the laughs are and they've edited it out. So it screws up the timing because they are actually pausing for live laughs.
But there was no laughs in there. You know what I mean? Like they were just
what
putting
would
a
you-
laugh where.
Yeah, what would you laugh at there? I think they trick you with those laugh tracks. Don't they have the same scene with the laughs in it in that same article?
It's a different episode, I think. It's a different clip.
Oh, okay. But where are the laughs? Where was the joke?
I don't know. Again,
you guys have been known to write some jokes over the years. Where was the joke there?
I don't know. The scene's out of context. I have no idea what the.
It's a scene though, and
right. I don't know.
And when it aired on TV, there was a whole bunch of laughs in there.
I swear to you, the show is funnier than you think it is.
All right.
I swear to you.
I guess. I mean, I haven't. I just.
Yeah, that's just nobody talks like that. That conversation would never happen.
Right. Well,
he wouldn't turn to the guy and go, "Are you in a sexual relationship?" Yeah, can I have your number? Okay, would never happen.
Right.
It's not believable.
But that's what sitcoms do. It's that sitcom formula. Randy in Tennessee, go ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about you're giving these people shit about watching chick flicks and you drink fruity beer all the time.
Yep. Can't defend that one.
Well, I do enjoy a fruity beer every once in a while and a good soak in a bathtub. What the fuck?
What?
The fuck?
I
Why
wanna
is that
try it.
funny?
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I just want to put a laugh track.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I'm curious, like, what fruity beer are you going to have for the Super Bowl? You got to have a couple 6-packs at least.
Well,
what are you thinking? What's in season?
Here's the. Good question. I did try the pumpkins. I didn't like them. It's not funny. That was just a fucking statement. It's not funny.
On Big Bang Theory, that way they would have killed.
Oh. I tried the pumpkin beers, and I don't like them. And this is what makes it worse. This year I'm going down to Philly for the Super Bowl. And then driving, probably have to miss the fourth quarter, so I hope it's a blowout so I could do radio on Monday. So, what's funny about that?
I just needed something.
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation, though. Not everything has to have a laugh.
That would get a laugh on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. So this might be the funny part. So I will still drink my fruity beers in front of all those hardcore, Philly dudes. My father-in-law will go, hey, I got your beer. And, there's a beer fridge downstairs, and there's all the normal beer that guys drink, and then there's always some fucking...
nobody's going to drink yours, though.
Some fucking six-pack that's a bit on the fruity side for me.
Nobody's going to drink yours. You don't have to worry about,
No, I mean,
am I going to be stuck with a Budweiser by the end of the night? Yours is going to be, if there's no beer left at that party, people, we got to make a beer run. No, there's still 5 left. No, I'm not drinking that shit.
They never touch my beer. You're right. They're more Miller Lite guys down there. A lot of Miller Lite. But then there's like a beer store close by. We fool around and try some cool shit out. But, I don't know.
So what do you think you might be drinking on Sunday?
I don't really like, there's not a beer I really like right now.
There's like something with pomegranates in it. Thank you.
But I won't just sit around and drink Miller Lights or anything like that. I need some kind of flavor in my beer. Or the Mexican beers. I'll drink some of that shit, the Coronas and Red Stripes and shit like that. And some of the Blue Moons. There was a Blue Moon that sort of tasted like apple pie I had recently.
I thought you can't have.
Why don't you just eat apple pie?
That's a good question.
Wait, aren't you allergic to apples?
Why don't you just drink a Miller Lite and eat apple pie?
I'm allergic to apples if they're fucking raw. If they're cooked, I'm not allergic to it. Fucking, talk to an allergist. You're only allergic to them if you eat them off a tree. That's not funny, so don't fucking play that laugh track. What the hell is that?
I don't know. Sometimes they have awes on sitcoms.
Do you think, what do you think the guys at the party, Super Bowl party down in Philly, are going to say when you're sitting there with your winter shanty?
There he is. Get him.
Beyonce.
Do they have a winter shanty?
I don't know.
Because I like the shanties. Those are okay.
They
got a nice lemon one.
When you sit in the middle of that couch, what do they say? At a commercial break when they see you pop that one open.
I'll tell you this. I don't give a fuck what they're thinking because no, I know what they're thinking. They want to be doing what I'm doing, but they feel like I just got to be a man all the fucking time, drinking my fucking beers. Yes.
No.
Yes. Most guys want a little fucking fruit with their beer, but they're not brave enough to do it in front of other men.
No.
Yes.
Not true.
You're a Heineken guy, right?
Yeah.
I hate Heineken.
I drink beer.
I hate all that shit. Budweiser, just having a Budweiser, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I'm not so much into Bud anymore, but
I'm pretty happy that, the beer world has exploded and there's just a million different beers now. That makes me happy. So, I don't know. That's it.
The beer is a little stronger.
Yeah, it's way fucking stronger. You get fucked up a lot faster. Let me say hi. Big Bang Theory on end of series, entire cast dies in an elevator. All right, good for them if that happens. I don't care. Let's say hi to Chuck in North Carolina. Chuck.
Hey, boys, what's going on?
We're fucking around a little bit.
Hey, listen, when I was younger, dating my wife, I've been playing softball all summer and driving race cars. And she said, you're going to take me to this concert. Small venue, about 2,500 people. It was goddamn Culture Club. God damn. I didn't know who fucking Culture Club was. I knew who that fucking Boy George was, but I didn't know who Culture Club was. That's the worst shit I've been through my fucking life.
Well, I mean, Boy George and Culture Club, they were pretty hot for a while there, Chuck.
They was hot, but they was some weird motherfuckers in that place, man. I'm telling you.
In what way? I mean, it was...
They follow you into the bathroom?
There was that new wave crowd.
New wave and a lot of people on the different side of the fence than me, and they was all dancing around and bumping into. I mean, it wasn't a mosh pit or nothing, but it was. They wasn't afraid to brush up against you. I can tell you that.
Oh, they were rubbing their dicks on you?
Well, they would just get up against you and just dancing around, like if you was on a crowded dance floor or something, but goddamn, I wasn't dancing. I was just trying to make it through it.
I think you want to say queer so bad right now.
Well,
I think that's what you want. I think that's what you want to say right now.
I am trying to straighten up. I get so much fucking criticism from being a racist and a homophobe and all that shit. I'm really trying. I swear I am, but it's hard.
You're trying to clean up your world a little bit.
A little bit. I'm trying my best.
So what?
But then you call in and you went to a culture club concert and you're saying there was a bunch of queers there.
Right.
In so many words.
Right.
Y'all was talking about having to be dragged to places, man. That was as bad as I believe I could ever been to. Man.
But you stayed the whole show.
Yeah. I fucked up all summer and played softball and raced all summer. I had to do something for my wife, and it would have been all right if it had been a big Coliseum or something. But it was a little old bitch place.
What song did you kind of like a little bit? A little bit. You liked it a little bit.
The only thing I can remember is that come in.
Did they do? Chuck, did they do You Really Want to Hurt Me on the encore, or was it the last song before the encore?
Hey, listen, man, I was glad that shit was over. They didn't do no damn encore. And he had a goddamn, I don't know if it's a fucking dress or a smock or, that's the weirdest son of a bitch I ever seen, man. He could sing, I guess, but I just wasn't into it all. He had a good band. They were really good as far as playing that kind of shit they was playing.
I think he was going out with one of the other band members, too.
Yeah, I think the drummer or something.
I think so. I think they were, Well, how are you cleaning up your act? What kind of words are you trying not to say anymore?
Well, I'm trying my best not to say the N-word. and I'm trying my best not to say fag and queers and all that shit. My fucking kin people, man, they're on my ass all the time about that shit.
Chuck, which N-word are you trying to drop?
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get. I'm trying to quit. What you trying to drag it out of?
No, I don't know which word. There's a lot of words that begin with N.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it
Nagger. What?
Trigger.
Oh boy! Wow.
Oh, that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what gets me is
I thought you were talking Nickelback.
So
my kin people get on me about that shit, but yet they come up to my house at Christmas and Thanksgiving and parties and just eat the shit out of my food and drink my liquor. Everything's fine then.
And then what? These same people are saying you got to clean up your act, Chuck?
Yeah.
See, Chuck is the one in his neighborhood that has the money. The money. Knows how to throw a party.
Right,
and
so they'll
people
all
want to
come.
Yeah, so they'll eat his food and drink his beer, but they're like, yo, Chuck, you got to chill out with this N-word shit. Right?
Yeah, I slipped and said it at Christmas time, and I thought my damn daughter was going to hit me with a damn pot.
Oh, you got a daughter. How old's the daughter?
Yeah, I got kids. She's 32.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
32.
32.
I'm a wholesome bitch, I told you.
Well, you should tell her to mind her own business at 32. Yeah. I thought you had like an 11-year-old, 12-year-old.
No, I'm too old for that shit.
So, Chuck, what if your 32-year-old dated a black guy? Would you be okay with it?
I don't believe I could stand it, boys. I think I would try, but I think I have a sister. She's dead now, but she dated a black guy, and I thought my daddy was lose his fucking mind.
Well, obviously,
so you
obviously
killed her?
he did if she's dead.
Well, let me tell you what he said to me. I thought he was going to lose it and go kill somebody. We thought about it, but he said, well, if you bus them together to schools and they go to school together, shit's going to happen eventually. And I couldn't believe he said that. I couldn't believe he said that. I was ready to take the baseball bat and go beat shit at him because that was back in the 70s.
Wow, there's some logic there, though, in a weird way.
Well, I mean, it's true. You never heard about that shit going on a whole lot.
Yeah.
Until they segregated schools and shit.
Right, man.
Chuck, what happens, let's say you're having a Super Bowl party on Sunday, and your daughter shows up, says, Dad, I'm dating this new guy, can I bring him to the party? And you're like, sure, and he shows up and he's a black guy.
I would probably have to tough it out more than thing because my wife would pitch a fit because she's afraid I'd run my daughter off, but I don't believe she's got the balls to do that. I don't think. She might, but I don't think so.
Well, what if your daughter's dating a new guy, comes over for the Super Bowl with his 6-pack of fruity beer? Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Well,
and he's black.
I mean, it's pretty fruity. It's like a grapefruit beer that barely tastes like beer. It tastes more like a wine cooler.
You know, where I live in Asheville, that's supposed to be like the second biggest city for making all that, what do they call that kind of beer, craft beer or whatever it is?
Craft beer,
and
yes.
Shit's everywhere. They're putting up breweries and shit all over the damn town.
Yeah, I like it.
I've never tasted one.
I like it. My whole life, I needed something a little different in my beer. Growing up, it was the amber beers. There was what was it called? Watney's?
Watney's Red Barrel.
Yeah, I liked that growing up. I liked some of those beers as well.
I drink Budweiser, white liquor, Wild Turkey, and Crown Royal. I'm just stuck on the same old shit.
I think at this point, I don't understand why people would. I think they're just out of habit have to still drink their dumb Budweisers. With like obviously the fruity beer is a required taste, but there's so many fucking beers out there now. Why would you grab a dumb Budweiser?
That's just all I've ever drank.
I know, but it just doesn't taste good. They try to make it sound like it tastes good. It's just all right. It's just there.
Well, I'll tell you what happened last night. I come home, I drank a Budweiser, I then ate supper, I drank another Budweiser, ate some nachos, watched Golden State, smoked a big joint, drank another Budweiser, and went to bed. Had a good night.
We were just talking about Golden State. Did Curry score 11 3-pointers last night?
11 3-pointers, scored 50 fucking points. That's a bad son of a bitch right there now.
45-4.
The only thing, I mean, unless, Curry or a few of the other guys get hurt, there's no one's beating these guys again this year. Who the fuck's going to beat them?
And that Green fucker, he had a fucking triple-double.
No shit, really?
Nobody's talking about him.
Well, I mean, he's on the team with Curry.
Yeah, Curry had 51.
He had 51 last night. They're 45-4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's nice. I watched him play in person last year out in California. I went to see a cousin. He's just unreal. You ever see him do that pregame shit where he warms up?
Right.
Right now, he's in range when he crosses half court, man.
What does he do? He takes a shot from half court or from...
Well, he just shoots from way outside, all these dribbling drills and crossover shit. He freezes it. He doesn't need a pick.
Yeah.
Or setup, he can get his points. He just crosses somebody over and takes a step back, shoots that fucker from 30-some fucking feet.
He's a lot of fun to watch, man. God, I love him. He's kind of got that. He's kind of got that like Pete Maravich thing going on.
Yeah, he's a combination of a lot of people. His daddy was a pretty good player too.
Del Curry. Del was all right. He was more of a journeyman, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a big outside shooter,
He did have a good shot. You're right.
He's an original Charlotte Hornet, right?
Del Curry?
I think so.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he commentates. He's a commentator for the Hornets now too.
So I mean, you're a basketball fan, so you like black people.
Oh yeah, man. I love basketball. I like black people. There's a difference between black people and an N-word.
What's the difference?
Well, they want the fuck. They expect everything for nothing. Bitch and gripe about every fucking thing. You want me to tell you who the biggest N is?
Who?
That fucking Al Sharpton company. You know what a fucking pile driver is in wrestling?
Chuck, remember, you're trying to be good.
No, he's a piece of shit. If anybody says he's worth a fuck, they're goddamn ignorant.
Someone's off the wagon.
But Chuck, I'm sorry, keep going.
Yes, please.
He goes around to everything. You never hear nothing about that cocksucker unless he's in trouble or there's a race issue somewhere. He flies right in there to the city, stirs it all up, and if there's anybody to get money out of it, as soon as he gets the money, he just goes away. He don't give a fuck about nobody but himself.
I agree with that point. I'm not a fan of his whatsoever. Don't like the Sharpton.
I would say something. I would cuss him in a minute face to face.
All right, so your daughter's 32, right?
Yeah.
I got one last scenario. She brings home Stephen Curry to your house. He's black, but not too black though. All right.
He's high yellow.
He's what?
high yellow.
High yellow?
Yeah, his skin color. He's high yellow. That's what they call him down south. High yellow.
So that means he's okay? Does he pass?
Well, I mean, I got a real nice basketball court in my backyard. I wouldn't mind shooting some hoops with him. I mean, hell.
I think that what that means, you're locking 2 out of your 4 car doors. You're all right with that.
He's got a pocket full of fucking money, too.
So if he comes to your house and he's dating your daughter, now, you got this conflict. You're not a big fan of the daughter coming home with the black guys, but it's Stephon Curry. What do you do?
Well,
best player in the NBA.
I'm probably going to have to live with it. I guess
He only would have to live with it. Jesus.
He's not your average black guy, man. He's well-mannered. Good kid. Ain't never been in no trouble. He ain't going to ride up on a goddamn moped with fucking pants hanging down his ass and one of them fucking ball caps with that big old bill that ain't been formed. It'd be a stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
So Chuck.
That's what I got a problem with.
Chuck, let's say Curry comes over with your daughter and they have a bunch of beers and they want to stay over. Can they sleep in the same room together in your house?
No, they ain't married. That ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna come in my house and drink my liquor and have a good time and then bang my daughter in the same house.
So they have to sleep in separate rooms? What if he was a white guy? Can they sleep in the same room?
No, I might put him down there in the guest house. I got a little old place it's got a bedroom and kitchen, all that down by the swimming pool, but
yeah,
I ain't staying in my own house banging the headboard up against the wall and wake me up. That ain't gonna happen.
What if she's really quiet?
I just don't want to. I don't even think about it.
All right.
They're out of the house and they're down there by themselves.
Yeah.
That's a different deal.
I got to put you on with some guy from Texas. He might be a little mad at you because you're giving the South a bad name.
He ain't from the South.
Leonard.
Bullshit. Kiss my ass. I ain't from the South. How the hell you know I ain't from the South? You kiss my ass. Listen, Chuck. I done listen to your dumb ass. I've been listening to these boys since a long time before they was ever on XM. I hear you get on there all the time, and you sound about intelligent as you sound. Yeah, I don't understand. You get on there. You're talking about, I don't say the nigger word, but I'm not a racist anymore. And that old boy's got money in his pocket, so therefore I might have to. He's high. What kind of bullshit movies you been watching? I'm from the South, but I got teeth in my head and can put 2 words together and make more than 6 figures in a year. You know what I'm saying? You get on there and you just. You know who you belong with? I'll tell you who you belong with. You belong with Honey Boo Boo's mama. You two need to get married.
Go fuck yourself. That's what I say to you.
I know that's what you'd say to me.
First of all, I say what I fucking feel. I ain't like half the motherfuckers. They won't say what they feel. Second of all, if he came to my house to play basketball, I don't need his fucking money. I'm saying he could take care of my daughter in a good way. Okay?
What's a good way? Is a good way you go out by your kiddie pool and you shed, that's the guest house, and he rails her, but he don't interrupt you with a little headboard beating against the wall. Is that a good way?
Have you got a daughter, motherfucker?
Motherfucker, I got 2 daughters. I got 3 children, and guess what? They're all educated and got teeth.
I'm just saying the way it is. Would you rather have a guy banging the shit out of your daughter in the room next door to you, or having them in the guest house fucking 300 yards from your house?
You know what it sounds like, brother? I hate to bring this up on the air. Sounds like you're jealous. That's what it sounds like to me.
Jealous? What the fuck am I jealous about?
I guess your daughter. I'm not sure.
I'm not jealous of my daughter. I just don't want to hear her get fucked.
Well, only if you're doing it, right?
That's like you want to hear your mama get fucked?
No, but if you and your daughter are fucking, you still can't in North Carolina, right?
On this ignorant motherfucker. He's just trying to spin my fucking brain. Get
well,
my
you know
fucking
what?
ass, you Texas cocksucker.
What do you do for a living, Chuck?
I own businesses and I'm fucking got money.
Look, selling crack and pimping hoes ain't exactly owning businesses, but if you want to feel that way, go ahead.
I own a trucking company. I sold a Christmas tree farm. I got plenty of fucking money. I don't.
You got plenty of money.
That's right, plenty of it.
I'm proud for you, Chuck. I'm proud for you, but you still get on the air talking ignorant shit.
Did I start out talking ignorant shit? You come on here, they ask me some questions, and what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
Yeah, we're investigating every fucking body.
Okay. I collect aluminum cans on the side of the road and sell them to the highest bidder.
Go fuck yourself.
That's right.
Probably die. I ain't gonna say. Go to fuck yourself.
I tell you what I could do for a living. I could come up there and rail your daughter for you if you wanted to.
My daughter wouldn't piss on you.
I don't think I'm high yellow nigger though. I don't know. I'm kind of tan Indian white with a little bit of southern drawl out of northeast Georgia. But you know what? Now to think about it, that ain't too far from Asheville. That ain't too far from Asheville, which is the queer capital of North Carolina. You live near there, don't you?
I've said that all my whole life. Since they started that shit about 20 years ago.
Yeah. You go out and study that situation, don't you?
No, I don't. Where are you from in North Georgia?
Chatsworth, Georgia, baby.
Goddamn, that ain't country. That's fucking Atlanta.
Okay. You mean the land of home and free?
Fuck Atlanta. That's the end capital of the fucking world any goddamn place.
Now, Chuck, I thought you were trying to get reformed.
I could have said the word, cocksucker.
Look, if you think an N-word, what does N mean? That's what I want to know.
Man, you know what I mean, man. I'm trying to be nice.
Chuck, I can't read your mind, baby. I ain't as smart as you. I just picked up aluminum cans. I'm not as smart as you. What's that N mean?
I don't give a fuck what you are, man.
Well, I know you don't care, but your daughter does. She's a sweetie, too.
My daughter wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire.
Your daughter already has. By the way, don't you got a grandchild on the way?
No, I don't.
You don't? Oh, shit.
I've got grandkids.
Listen, you in for a surprise this week.
Yeah, I bet. You're a piece of work, man.
I know I am, Chuck. I am. I really am. I hear you on there all the time, and I think, you know what? Fuck
I'm
Chuck.
not on here all the fucking time. I'm cutting back.
All the damn time. You're on here.
I am not.
Often.
I ain't been on here in a fucking month.
You know who they replaced with you? They replaced that old big A. They got fuck Chuck now. That's what it is. You remember Big A?
No, I don't remember Big A. Fucking idea.
All right, listen.
No fucking idea.
All right, Leonard, man. Leonard in Texas. We found a new one. I like Leonard. I like Leonard, Chuck. He's all right. I think you guys would get along.
He's pretty good stirring me up. If he's from North Georgia, he can't be too awful bad. He's just trying to rile me up. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, too.
Well, a lot of people asking if we have closed captions today.
No, I just messed around on the radio, Chuck. Just messing around with you.
All right.
I love listening to the boys.
What kind of beer does Leonard drink?
Well, yeah. What kind of beer, Leonard?
You know, it's funny you should say that. I drink a little Bud Light, and that's about it. I like Michelob, too. I'm not into the fruity beers. And I do like my whiskeys.
I do appreciate a good Bud Light lime every once in a while. I'll be honest with you on that one.
No,
Budweiser got me back a little bit with their Bud Light lime.
I do like little strawberry daiquiris. They're kind of fruity, but I don't know.
Kind of fruity?
Kind of fruity.
That is the number one fruity thing to drink.
Yeah.
Strawberry daiquiris? It doesn't get much worse than that.
It's either strawberry daiquiris or semen.
All right, I'm punching out. Let you guys get back to your show.
Well, you just gave us our show. Thank you, Leonard. Jesus.
Who do you pick in the Super Bowl? Who you got in the Super Bowl?
All right. I mean, I think it's a blowout. I really think the Panthers got this big time.
Yeah.
I mean, Florentine knows more about this than me, and but I mean, obviously Denver has a very good defense, but I mean, Peyton can't throw down fucking field, and Cam Newton can move, man. I just don't see the Broncos even staying in this fucking game.
I think the only way the Broncos got a chance, I might be wrong, if they don't put pressure on Cam Newton and let him stand back there like the fucking Statue of Liberty and throw that motherfucker all over the field, they can't beat him.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, but he can move. He can move all over the fucking place. I think the Broncos have to slow the game down and grind it out, right? They gotta just grind this game out. Who was saying yesterday, if it's 3 and out, you're fucked. Panthers are gonna kick your ass.
I just hope it's a good game. I'm gonna fly out there tomorrow and check it out, watch it. I got some kin people live in San Diego, so.
But you're flying out to go to someone's house?
Yeah, I got a uncle and a aunt lives in San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm going to see them and then drive up Sunday and watch a game and then fly back.
Watch the game where?
At the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You got a ticket?
Good for you, man.
Yeah. Cost me $6, but I got one.
Jesus. Wow. Are they good seats?
I'm in the upper deck, but I'm at the 50.
All right. I don't know.
$6,000 to cost you the ticket?
That's a lot. Jesus.
Man, I'm 50-something years old. I got a little money. I ain't leaving it all to my fucking kids. I can tell you that.
That's pretty smart.
I have a question for Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck, a lot of people, you hear people say things like Cam Newton celebrates too much and maybe he should rein it in a little bit. And people are also saying, like, Peyton Manning plays the game the right way. Do you think those people are racist?
Well, I don't know if they're racist or they're purist. I can understand he celebrate every once in a while when it's really something special, but every fucking touchdown, every fucking thing, he goes a little bit overboard, but like that guy said on one of the talk shows the other day, if you want to make him quit, knock his dick loose and keep him out of the end zone.
Well, I like that he's bringing all that excitement. I
mean, the big deal in Charlotte, I was reading in the paper back in the mid-season, he was handing all those footballs to the kids. When he first started doing it, he was just handing it to black kids. And then they started bitching about that, and so he had to start handing balls to white kids. You there? I thought I goddamn lost my cell.
I just wouldn't notice that shit or care about that shit.
Well, I didn't pay no attention to it either, but now
all right,
they're wanting to stop it at home games.
See that?
I think they're looking for stuff. They're just looking for stuff. With
you think?
Yep.
I think it's so interesting, and Chuck might be proving the point a little bit that they've turned this game into black versus white because you got the white quarterback who seems to do everything
that has manners and doesn't show too much emotion.
Exactly, and doesn't showboat at all. Peyton Manning doesn't showboat, and then you got the black quarterback. So a lot of people are trying to make this into the white people are going for the Broncos and the black people are going for the Panthers.
Well, they were trying to stop it because the kids, when they score a touchdown, the fucking kids run down to the fucking end zone, knocking people down and just trying to kill each other to get down there and get a ball. That's another reason they're wanting.
Man, this has been going on a long time. Billy White Shoes Johnson, I remember as a little kid, the punt returner and kick returner, when he would score, he would do a dance. Deion Sanders, people knew that for a long, the Icky Shuffle, all that stuff. So it's nothing new. It's no big deal.
I think they should allow all that stuff because some of these guys look like fools when they're doing their touchdown celebration.
This is Billy White Shoes Johnson. He was the first guy to really.
Was he the first guy?
I think so. He was the one that really made it famous to really celebrate.
Over the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I forgot about Billy White Shoes Johnson. We're looking at it on YouTube. That's a weird little dance he came up with.
Who was the guy that went and got the fucking Sharpie out of his socks or out of the damn pad and tied a fucking ball or something?
Was that Chad Johnson?
No,
I think
Terrell Owens.
Oh, Owens, yeah.
Yeah, well, that got a little out of control when he had his Sharpie in his sock and he was signing balls after touchdowns. I like all that shit. I don't care. And sometimes they look like fools.
And goddamn, who is it they're going to have at the halftime?
Coldplay.
Yeah, they seem to do a little better than that.
And Beyonce, right?
And Bruno Mars.
And Bruno Mars they added? Bruno Mars, he does the Super Bowls. That's his thing now, huh? And then they got Lady Gaga singing the national anthem. I like I actually used to like Coldplay until I felt like a lot of their stuff just started sounding the same.
Yeah,
and I tapped out. I don't even really know their. I know the one song that's being played all over.
I didn't know they were that big because Roland was saying they're playing MetLife Stadium. They're doing stadiums.
Coldplay?
Yeah, they added a second date.
I've seen them live 2 or 3 times. They're good, man.
But I didn't think they could sell 60,000, 70,000 tickets.
Oh, they're huge. Coldplay's fucking huge.
I didn't know there's that big.
I tapped out though. I don't know, but all right. Chuck, man, always a pleasure. It's good to see that you're trying to smooth things out a little bit.
I'm trying. Leonard tries to drag it out of me, but I held back.
You went over a few speed bumps today, but in general, you're trying to do the right thing, clean up your language.
You're like an alcoholic trying to give up booze, and you didn't drink any hard liquor. You just had 9 beers.
I think I'm doing a whole lot better than I used to.
All right, buddy.
Good for you.
All right, man. Y'all have a good time. I'll talk to you.
All right. That man is
he's genius.
He's tormented.
I know.
He's tormented inside. And then I guess he does live close to a town that became sort of one of these foo-foo areas. Kind of
and craft beer. It's got craft beer.
All that is in his neighborhood.
And gays surrounding him.
Yes.
He's got to be out of his mind.
He is out of his mind, but he's trying.
He's trying.
But he's from that area and he doesn't, he's trying to understand.
And he's not too far from the end capital of the world, like you said, Atlanta.
Right.
Which is hilarious.
Right, yes.
What does that mean, Jack? You know what that means.
I like that other guy.
Yeah, Leonard was great.
It just amazes me that people talk like that in this country. I'm talking about the accents more than anything. That accent is just wild.
It was exhausting listening to them just spar.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was just it didn't stop.
I wish the lines were crystal clear.
Yeah.
There was a lot in there. All right. Well, that's our first hour. I don't know what the fuck we did, but we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We're going to still talk to Mars, I think.
Yeah.
People don't like Cam Newton because he was a show. Show what? A showboat? Is that what this guy wants to
Showboat.
Let me see real fast. Rich in Florida, go ahead.
Oh, what made Cam Newton hateable at first was when they sucked. Every time he scored, he'd do that Superman thing, Clark Kent in the phone booth, pull his shirt, act like he's showing his Superman thing. And, the thing is you're Superman. Your team's not going to be 3-13, but he's turned it around because he's matured, and he does so much stuff for kids in Charlotte.
Right.
Not even funny. I mean, he's an incredible. You don't have to like him for the olden days, but he's matured, and he does so much for kids. It's not even funny, and he gets fined, I think, $10,000 every time he puts a football in the stands, and he doesn't give a shit. So.
Right.
That's got to make it a little better.
I just like watching him play. He's a special athlete.
Yeah.
Jesus. He's unbelievable. All right, Rich. Thank you, sir. We got Jim Florentine. Somebody wanted to compliment your... Whoa. Sorry about that. Somebody wanted to compliment your podcast. I couldn't get to him because Chuck and what was it, Leonard in Texas?
Leonard, yeah.
We're going at it. But, this guy loves your fucking podcast, so...
Oh, thanks. Yeah. You guys playing on the channel here?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And you can find it on iTunes and all the usual places. We'll be back. Stay there.
Opie Radio is back.
It's Jim Florentine killing it for us. My back hurts. I pulled out my fucking back yesterday. Old man shit. Sucks.
Doing that CrossFit shit.
I don't do CrossFit.
Come on, that fits right in with your craft beers
I don't do CrossFit
and your fruity beers.
It's some kind of religion, I think, right? The CrossFit, they support each other.
Yeah.
Oh, you know a little bit about this CrossFit? Huh? Why can't they just do all that stuff without supporting each other? Why? Because it seems like the exercise itself is okay, but there's some weird shit in there, right?
Oh yeah.
You don't like working out in groups and getting cheered on?
And getting a high five after every exercise?
No, I don't.
You don't want a fist bump after you just threw a tire around the gym, around the warehouse?
No, I
Not
don't.
even the gym, no?
But see, throwing the tire around is a pretty good exercise, but then all that other crap you don't need.
What about if you take a class, you have to wait till the end till everyone's finished? Like if you finish in 20 minutes and there's a guy that's lagging, takes 45, you have to hang out for another 25 and root him on.
You have to stand there and clap.
You don't want to do that?
No.
And clap for him?
No, I don't.
No?
How do you know about this shit?
I know. I know.
How do you know? How do you know?
So it hits a little too close to home.
For you?
No, I just know. I know people that do it, and I have researched it.
You can abuse me about beers and baths and all that shit, because I will openly admit that crap, but I don't get this CrossFit. I get that some of the exercises are very helpful, but no, we're not a one happy family and one happy group. No.
You don't want to go out with everyone from the gym afterwards and have a beer?
You have to?
A lot. You don't have to, but a lot do.
Well, I could see if you're single, it's a good way to socialize, I guess, but You know, if you're a middle-aged man with 2 kids at home, no, I don't want to hang out with you and have a beer after a workout.
I don't think
No.
they would get beers though.
Huh?
I don't think they would get beers though. I think
They would
it'd
get
be
like
a protein shake.
All right.
No, they get beers.
Oh, do they?
I enjoy a good protein shake. That's okay.
You don't want to text a guy you just threw a tire with a few hours ago while you're out to dinner with your wife on a Saturday night saying, "Hey, take a picture of your food and go, is this paleo friendly?"
You know this?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a support system.
Yeah.
No, why do you need that?
You don't get texts from Jim Norton in the morning, go, get your ass to the gym. Just do it.
No, at 10:30, he runs out of here. I run out of here.
Right, but
and we see each other next day.
Right, but he doesn't send you.
No. I mean, every once in a while I go, hey, man, that was a fucking good show, man. That was
No,
fun.
I'm talking about working out, like encouraging you to get out of bed on a Sunday morning and go.
We work out at the same gym, and we barely see each other.
Have you ever fist bumped him after you just did 10 bench presses?
No. We don't even work out together. Even when he's not with his trainer, well, he's pretty much with his trainer every single time.
Is he ever cheering you on like, Ope dog, one more, Ope dog, like that?
Yeah, whatever exercise you're doing, ever come over to you and tell you can do 2 more?
Yeah.
No.
You guys spot each other?
No.
Did you say one more than hit the showers?
No. He doesn't slap me on the hiney. Doesn't pull my root. No. Where's this going?
While you're doing sit-ups, does he like slap your
No,
abs?
he doesn't, Justin.
Does he punch you?
Do you even know what a gym is?
You don't
I know what a gym is. I know exactly what a gym is.
Making fun of me. Are you kidding me?
I'm fine.
You've lost a lot of weight.
I have.
All right.
I'm up to 50 now, and since last January.
Up to 50?
I've lost 50 pounds
Wow.
since January.
Fantastic.
It's 45, now it's 50.
But the exercises themselves seem pretty cool.
It's a different workout. You're hitting different muscles.
Yeah, because you get bored in the gym. So when you get some different exercises, you could do that. I can respect that, but I don't need all that support crap and people bother me.
You don't like working out with your shirt off?
Oh God, no.
No?
God, no.
Do you wear sleeveless?
No.
You don't wear a beast mode shirt before you go to the gym?
No, just a baggy shirt.
No fear.
No fear, no.
There's nothing even special on my shirts.
No,
I actually look like a bum in the gym.
No motivation on your shirts?
No, nothing.
Just do it? Nothing?
No. I got a T-shirt that just says London on it because I thought it was a good idea when the Olympics were in London to buy one of the shirts that were all over the place. And
Are there like
and then realized
rings?
this is just a dumb, stupid shirt, so it's my gym shirt. Shirts I would never wear in public are now my gym shirts.
Are there Olympic rings on it, or does it just say
it came
London?
with some Olympic rings. Yes, it did. It's a dumb shirt because as soon as the Olympics were done, it was like, where do you wear this thing?
Do you have a gym playlist?
Oh, that's a good question. What's on your gym playlist?
No.
Wow.
I've been doing books on tape and some every once in a while a podcast. If I'm turned on to a good episode, I'll listen to that in the gym.
Do you listen to Frankie Goes to Hollywood, like while you're running on the treadmill?
Oh, really?
What book gets you pumped up before a bench?
What book?
Wow, that CrossFit world's a little strange, huh?
You got to do it in like a place where there's graffiti because it seems like it could be in an alley.
Yeah, it's in a warehouse, basically, yeah.
Well, I understand. I mean, every gym is incorporating some of the CrossFit. We have sort of a room that's set up with non-traditional, exercises. I threw out my bag. I threw out my back because I was throwing a sandbag around yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Throwing a sandbag?
Yeah.
That's an exercise?
So you were in the CrossFit room.
It's sort of a CrossFit room. I told you that, but it's not. I'm not part of a CrossFit club. It's one section of my gym.
You don't have to take your shirt off before you go in that room?
Why? Everyone has to take their shirts off?
A lot do.
Why?
They like to show off.
They like to show off their bodies. I'm just trying to stay in shape.
You have a shirt that's cut off like right around the ribs so you can see your belly?
I don't need abs or any of that shit. I mean, a little definition's nice. That's okay. Just keep everything tight. That's all I care about. That's it. Yeah. So, but there's a sandbag exercise I do. I lift it over my head, slam it down to the floor, go into a squat position, pick it back up, and repeat. And I threw out my back yesterday, so I'm fucking miserable right now.
Do you wear a belt?
No.
What about the gloves?
I don't even
without
wear
the
a
fingers?
jock strap.
Do you have gloves?
No.
You just wear your panties?
Where are my panties?
You chalk up?
Yeah, as you get older, you got to be careful with those kind of, different kind of workouts because, at 20, 30, you could deal with that stuff. So you got to just, you probably should go back to the basics.
What, just bench pressing and
do all the back stuff. But when you're doing all that motion and stuff and
it was fine until yesterday. Is he still chain smoking like a chimney? Do you chain smoke?
I haven't smoked.
What is this guy talking about? Let me say hi to Guy.
23 years old.
On Long Island. Guy, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, an example. I was saying that Florentine, I feel like, is the last guy in the world that should be giving any fitness advice. That'd be like getting diet advice for old.
Florentine?
Yeah.
If your phone is really bad. Are you basically, because Florentine's saying he hasn't smoked since he was 23.
Yeah, but just in general, he's the last guy that should be giving fitness advice. Like I said, it would be like getting diet advice from fucking Roland.
Oh, wow. Florentine's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I just don't think he's too educated in the fitness department.
How do you know that?
Are you a CrossFit guy?
I'm not a CrossFit guy. I've done it, but it's not something that I really care about or I'm passionate about.
I don't mind if you're socializing with these people, but some of that stuff's weird where you have to wait for everyone to finish the workout. That's dumb. I could see where, maybe you get along with the people in the gym and maybe you socialize outside the gym and all that. Okay. Maybe you help each other out a little bit in the gym, but waiting for the other people to finish?
No,
we're busy. That sounds terrible. Okay.
You're right. But like you were saying, the workouts that you should stay away from.
Yeah.
You were saying, you should like bench press or whatever. Bench pressing is like the highest impact thing you could do. You should definitely not be bench pressing shit.
Yeah, I know. I try to do other chest exercises, push-ups, and on all sorts of stuff, and I work on my core. Why are we talking about this? No one gives a fuck.
Do people call you by a cool gym nickname?
Thank you, Guy. People worse than CrossFitters, Spartan Race, and Tough Mudders.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you moaning over that?
No, because I think they're onto something.
Why?
These are the people that go outside and then, run through the mud and
the obstacle courses.
Yeah. I
do that.
You do that? Or
in the
would
mud?
do that?
Yeah, I would do that one.
But then there's the part of it where when they're done, then they post the pictures on Facebook and I just get pissed off.
Oh, I don't mind the CrossFit. I mind that, like you said, where everyone, has to wait for the last guy. That stuff is like, yuck. I mean, if it's in your personality to be that guy and you're like, all right, I'm done with my workout and everyone else is moving on to something else. You know what? I'm going to stick around and give this person encouragement. That's okay. But to force that on people, that's rough.
I know. I mean, I got shit to do.
Exactly. Let's say hi to Bishop in Chicago. I know Bishop. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks.
Good.
God, the Tough Mud. This course was designed by Special Forces. Go fuck yourself.
I know, yeah.
And now they got the one for the women where you run and you get sprayed by colored chalk.
Yeah.
It's colored chalk. It's not even real mud, I heard, right? You said.
Actually, it's kind of funny because I work in the medical field, and all these assholes are now coming in with like flesh-eating viruses and stuff.
Oh,
because you get 4,000 people running through it with all their ball juice and ass sweat, and so it's actually kind of funny because now they're really getting sick from it. So, fuck 'em.
Yeah, we're looking at pictures. Yeah, guys, that sucks. Girls covered in mud, all sexy and shit. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a few hours later, if their man tracks mud in the house, they're a fucking asshole. But they got mud all over them. That's their Facebook profile picture. With mud all over the face, but they hate mud.
My biggest problem is the Facebook end of it. It's just I don't want to look at it.
It's 7 a.m. on Sunday. They're like, I'm running through mud.
Exactly.
What are you guys doing?
But is there anything on Facebook you do want to look at this point?
I stopped going there.
You have?
Yep. It angers me.
It's gotten ridiculous with everyone just bragging about their kids all the fucking day long and taking pictures of the food they eat. And there's just the most amazing fucking person on Facebook, but the person in real life's just a shitball.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the dog died.
Right.
Or the cat.
But I was with you, but now you Google image this, what is it called? Tough Mudders. And there's a lot of girls covered in mud looking pretty damn good there, Bishop.
That's the one bright spot of it. But it's, it's just the guys with cut-off shirts that are, there's still 42% body fat. They think they're getting in shape by running, for one weekend, and then they go back to eat fucking pizza and wings. And it's a Facebook too, because you get that 7,000 invites for it. Come run the motor with me. No, not.
No. All right. I would do this thing, I think.
No.
Why?
Well, they have fruity beer at the end. They set up.
Yeah, they do. They do have a fruity beer station at the end.
They have a fruity beer station?
Yeah, at the end, it's a big party. Everybody drinks, and they have bands and shit. So that's the one cool part
that's so stupid. You're just putting the calories back in your body immediately.
Exactly.
Beer doesn't tend to be, low on calories.
I'm punching out, boys.
All right, thank you, Bishop. What were you saying, Paul?
They have theme ones, too.
Like what?
Like there's zombie and Walking Dead ones.
Yuck.
Oh, man.
Where they have, like, zombies chase after you.
Yuck.
I think we're at a point in society that, no one wants to grow up. Because this is the type of stuff you did as a kid. You would go to the local schoolyard and set up some kind of obstacle course, right?
Yeah.
And now they're doing it for adults in mud.
Yeah, it would be great to get a job as one of the zombies, because then you could just trip people. Like, you can just go there and screw everybody up.
Did you know that there's probably not going to be a zombie apocalypse?
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I know there was one like 30 years ago.
There was?
Yeah. And there was another one like I think in 1910, there was another zombie apocalypse. And then there was one in 22, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah. And there was, the first one I think was in 1747. So we're due for another one.
But it's not happening?
No, I don't know. We've had a lot, but I don't know if we'll have one ever again. We've had 5 before. That's why everyone keeps talking about it.
Why
that it's going to come back again?
If we've had 5 prior, why aren't we having any more?
I just don't think it's going to happen. I just have a feeling that it's because a lot of people are talking about it when the zombie apocalypse comes. So I'm getting prepared for it to do all the stuff. So I just.
How are you preparing for a zombie apocalypse?
I'm not sure how they do it because I don't pay attention to it, but I'm just hearing a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
I guess you've never heard of the Zika virus.
Yeah, I did.
That just makes your kid's head really small.
It really? And turns you into a zombie?
Yeah, there's a whole neurological problem that you can get.
No, man, I've been reading up. It's on MSNBC right now. It's a outbreak. Where is the virus spreading? It fucks up pregnant women. So if you're pregnant, don't get bit by a mosquito, and you're all right.
You can catch it if you're not pregnant, and it makes you bleed
all right.
from your
So
eyes.
you know what? Let's.
It makes you bleed from your eyes?
Yeah.
All right.
And then you become a zombie, and then you crave flesh.
And then, so a bunch of people are going to get it, and then there's going to be apocalypse? Is that how it's going to go?
Yeah.
Because the same thing with the Ebola virus. Remember how it was coming here? It was in a bowling alley. The guy was in the bus in New York. It was in the subways. And
he took an Uber.
The guy, took an Uber.
All over the fucking place.
Remember the guy flew into Dallas, and they went to Cleveland. They had a show. Remember, it was unbelievable. You know how many people died from that? It was amazing.
I think the answer would be 2,832, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it might be still counting because there's still people dropping.
Or it was 0. I'm not sure which
because
one.
It was so easy to catch. They brought it over here. It was on the plane. Everybody on the plane. She was coughing. It's crazy. The guy went bowling. Remember he went bowling in Brooklyn.
That guy high-fived half of Manhattan. And no one else.
Nobody got it.
That guy, he did more with Ebola than most of us do.
I know.
Jesus. What the hell, man?
He ran a tough mudder.
He probably did. He got some of that Ebola in the mud.
Yeah, and there was 16 other people in the mud. And nobody got it. It's weird.
Yeah, that's why I'm not listening to this mosquito thing. They do this. So whatever happened to, I don't know, the bird flu? West Nile. Thank you, Paul.
SARS.
Paul's really trying to step up today.
Yeah, off mic.
He's the off mic king.
I want to know how Florentine's preparing, because he did say even though he doesn't believe it'll happen, he's still preparing for it.
No, I'm not preparing for it. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
If it does, I'll just get eaten because I'll just watch footage from the last one in 30 years ago, what they did, and the people that survived it.
What is it, the Zika virus? So where was this thing a year ago?
Africa.
So the mosquitoes just happen to decide to infect people? Like, this thing has probably been around forever, so why now is it a hot topic on the news?
Because it's here.
No, but it's not.
Yes, it is here.
It's not really
Ebola
here.
was just here, and then it left. I guess it didn't like America.
Yeah.
It just took off.
Yeah.
So
it wiped out a lot of people, though.
It did.
It did.
So we're done with Ebola?
Yeah.
Where was all that fear from a year ago?
Yeah, that they tried to fuck everybody up with that when it didn't work. So then they go, let's throw this one out here.
Let's go with this one. Because who can't relate to your kid having a small head? That would freak anybody out. Your pregnant wife gets bit by one of these things.
At least he can wear the same hat the rest of his life.
Oh my God, Jesus!
I'm just saying.
But that's what happens. You have a kid with a small brain and a small fucking head. But they said everyone else recovers pretty well. It's just all bullshit. I know where you're going with this crap. Every year it's a new one that we have to fucking worry about. The Legionnaire's disease.
I'll
Remember
be
that
laughing
one?
when you're all dead.
From mosquitoes. Facebook drove me to Xanax. I think we might have found a topic there, Mr. Florentine. I hate Facebook. Let's say hi to Paul in Chicago. Paul.
Opie, Jim, what's up?
Hey, man.
What's up?
Long story short, now the more I go on Facebook, I heard you guys talk about how you hate people, everybody on Facebook sucks. I developed an addiction because my heart rate will go through the fucking roof, especially with all these young millennials, just with such misinformation. They'll just read a headline and then post it, and then it's like an Onion article, and I'm just like, I want to shoot you in the face.
Yeah. I don't like Facebook. People really misrepresent themselves on Facebook. You know,
I've actually gone to my mom and been like, Mom, I need some fucking Xanax or Percocets to calm down from reading.
Yeah.
And I have a job. I'm not a loser. I think I had to leave Facebook because it's full of fucking retards. Let's face it.
Yeah. Where you at with the Facebook there, Florentine? You've done many podcasts on this shit.
Never been about it.
You don't have a page? I got a page.
No, I have
for the
page.
show.
I have a fan page, and I have pages.
I got a fan page.
It's a good place to plug your stuff.
But I don't even. Yeah. I mean, if you got a video or a gig or something, it's good in that regard. But I can't read Facebook posts.
I'll go on like every 3 days to post like a tour date or whatever. That's about it. So I did check a message. I had a message from a guy said, "Please accept my friend request."
Right.
And I just wrote back, no. In the message, I just wrote back no, and that was it.
Why wouldn't you accept his friend request?
That's a grown man asking me to accept his friend request. He's a grown man.
I think they made a mistake by calling it a friend request.
Yes.
I was listening to you reading shirts and Mombies. I was fucking dying. You're hilarious, bro.
Oh,
I'm checking out, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, buddy. Yeah, no. What do they do?
Florentine, do you ever post personal photos on social media? Or is it all like gigs related podcasts?
It's pretty much gigs related to podcast stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
So one of my pages is linked to my Instagram or Twitter or something like that. So something might pop up on Facebook, but
right. But besides that, you stay away.
It's a good advertising tool, you know. And it's good to advertise your
course.
shit and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just nonsense. I have this whole series coming out where I'm like an anchor behind a news desk, and I'm making fun of Facebook posts.
Really?
In a suit and everything, and it's on a green screen. Yeah.
When is that happening?
Probably like 3 weeks. I'm launching it.
And when are the lawsuits?
And where's it going to be?
There's no. What do you mean lawsuits?
You're gonna like go to people's pages and say this guy's.
No. It's anonymous.
It's
like
general.
postings. It's postings
Right.
with nobody's names in it.
Right.
You know, somebody bitching about the weather. You know, hey, Mother Nature, please go home.
Oh, great.
I'm mad at you. And then I just rip that apart.
When is all that happening?
Probably about 3 weeks.
And where's it going to be? On your Facebook?
No, it'll be on my YouTube channel or just be a whole series, yeah.
But it will be on Facebook.
Oh, it will
too.
be on. Oh, yeah. When I do a podcast, awful Facebook posts, I post it on Facebook,
On
so
Facebook.
people, on Facebook, you can read about it. Like
They love when you can attack them. They love the Facebook podcast. Let's go to Bobby in Ohio. Bobby.
Hey, I was listening to Fox News this morning because I listened to them before I listened to you guys, and they actually reported that the original guy that brought Zika over was he contracted it sexually with some hooker over in Africa or something like that, and then spread it here, and that's why it's a big scare. It's like I believe 4 counties in Florida are under like a state of emergency for their counties or whatever.
See?
Wow, really?
Yeah, right. Okay.
So maybe, but
it's always in Africa. No one can ever catch it here. You know what I mean? It always starts in Africa, just like, you know, male heterosexuals are, you know, getting AIDS over there every day because no male heterosexuals ever got it here, but they get it in Africa.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's different. The fucking over there is different.
it's weird. The media grabs onto one of these brand new things and they go with it for about not even a year, half a year, and then it just goes away. Like, I guess we solved Ebola in the United States. Or it never became the thing that the media was hoping it was.
We didn't all get Ebola vaccinations, and it went away.
Yeah.
Nobody got it.
Yeah.
It just went away.
It just sort of went away, and they moved on, and now that we're with this mosquito thing. If it's a real thing, we'll be talking about it a year from now.
No, we won't be here a year from now.
It's going to just take everybody out.
Dead. Just gonna be
How many people have died from this thing?
Millions.
No, stop.
Millions.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know
Millions.
why I just reacted to that, but how many people for real?
Looking it up.
Okay. And that guy just hangs up. You just hang up after that.
Maybe he's dead from Zika.
But we're having a conversation. Texas now reports first case in the USA of sexually transmitted Zika
There you
virus.
go.
What?
Yeah.
See?
Look, they can't, they're not selling the whole genital warts thing. They tried to sell that one, saying you're going to get cancer if you have genital warts and don't go down on no oral sex, all that stuff, you're going to get cancer. So no, the young generation is not buying that one. You know, we had syphilis, we had gonorrhea, we had herpes.
We had the
That
herpes.
scared us to wear a condom.
Right.
Then they try with the warts. That one's not working.
Right.
20 million people have warts, which is bullshit. So now it's like, okay, let's go with this virus, see if young people wear condoms.
Here's how scary it is.
All right.
If you get it, 4 out of 5 people have no symptoms at all.
Beautiful.
That's deadly.
Why is that
but
deadly?
if you
That's
do
great.
get it, you get a fever.
Yeah.
You get a rash.
Yep.
You get headache.
Yep.
Joint pain.
Yep.
And pink eye.
Sounds like the flu.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had that last week.
Very, very convenient. It's the same. It's the same as the flu. All right. Well, somebody that had pink eye that was in studio here yesterday.
What? Who?
Somebody from Ron's show was walking around with the pink eye.
Chris Stanley, I think.
Well, Chris Stanley came in with pink eye, right?
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Do you believe it?
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe he had the Zika.
With Ron, I don't know. Anything could be a work with him.
That's very, very true. Did we wipe everything down just in case, though?
I didn't.
I don't want the pink eye. Well, what do you think of the Zika virus there, Travis? Is it more bullshit?
Roland's calling me. It's probably about Chris.
Well, let's go 4 months from now. We'll talk. We'll see what happens.
I don't know if it's bullshit, but isn't it mainly in Brazil, and now they're worried about the Olympics and everything?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mean it's. I think it's bullshit how they just pump it up in this country.
Well, it's just another thing for them to talk about.
Yeah, the culture of fear that a lot of us are aware of.
Yeah.
They find one new thing to bother us with. Like we don't have enough shit to worry about. Then they have to throw the Ebola thing at us last year. But there's no Ebola stories anymore.
Yeah, and then who calls it a national or an international crisis, and everybody freaks out. But that's only so that they can access funding and stuff.
Right.
Like when a state of emergency is declared, it's only to get money.
Right.
So people hear crisis and they think, oh my God, it's going everywhere. But it's just so that a company or a foundation can get money.
Right. Yeah, this thing will just go away. We won't even be talking about this.
No.
In the summer when all the mosquitoes are out, it won't even be a mention anymore.
When you guys are itchy with rashes, I'm going to laugh. That's all I'm saying.
So what are you going to do to prepare?
Okay. You want to play that game?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you guys because you're going to come after my stuff.
What's your stuff?
I'm not telling you. I have a plan.
You're worried about your jerseys.
Well,
you don't want the zombies to break into your house and grab your fucking jersey collection.
Make a plan for that.
Your smelly jersey collection.
How are you going to prepare for the zombie apocalypse?
I'm not telling you guys because then you're going to be like, "Oh, can I do that too?"
No, I mean, look, it's why is there certain stuff that you're going to buy that we might get it first and then you can't get it?
Look, man,
do you have a go bag?
I do, but everybody's on their own on this thing.
I thought about that.
A go bag?
No, that it's useless.
Well, I do actually
if
have
something
one.
really bad happens in Manhattan, we're just fucked. How are you getting off this island for real?
Well, I don't have a go bag. I don't live in the city.
But
it
would be impossible. You're just fucked unless maybe you hide a boat somewhere. Hide a canoe, but you can't hide a canoe anywhere.
In New York City?
You can't
Where are you
hide
going to go in a canoe? You'll be blown out to sea.
No, just try to get
north? Up the Hudson?
Across the Hudson, because then there's a lot more fucking land to maybe try to get away from whatever big, huge thing is happening in the city.
I'm in West.
If something happens in New York City, your plan is hopefully you know somebody that has a helicopter.
Unless you have a car and can just take off and
the
drive
roads will be
west.
so jammed. That's what I'm talking about, because everyone would jump in a car or whatever, and the roads would be just clogged to the point no one's moving.
Well, look at 9/11. You couldn't get out of the city.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. People had to walk across the bridge.
Do you remember after 9/11, Trump came out and said he bought a parachute for his office?
Oh, yeah.
Did he really?
That? Yeah. They started selling parachutes.
Like executive parachutes.
Yeah. And then he said he bought one and posed.
Do you
with
think
it.
he still has the parachute?
I don't know.
Huh.
But I have a go bag. But I don't live in the city. I live in Westchester.
Is there a copy of Sex in the City 2 in it?
I didn't like Sex in the City 2.
You have a go bag?
What's in your go bag? Yeah.
Definitely not dumbbells. What?
I just let that sit there.
Was it bad?
Yeah, it's fine.
That was just.
I have 2 go bags. One has like medical stuff in it, and then another one has I have a gun safe, and I have just stuff I would just pull out and put in that go bag and go.
You don't sound prepared.
I am prepared.
You sound like you got a bunch of stuff around the house.
No, I do. I have 2 backpacks packed. One has like medical stuff.
It's packed right now?
Like what medical stuff?
There's like antibiotic stuff. There's like first aid kit stuff like that.
Antibiotic, but doesn't that stuff expire?
Yeah. But it lasts like 10 years.
But what would you have that for, like the antibiotic stuff?
Like here, like what's in that kit right there? Because
that's someone else. That's someone else's kit.
I modeled it after like there's like a general list of stuff you're supposed to have.
What? Can't you just run around your house and throw shit in a bag real fast?
Yeah, a couple bottles of water.
You actually have the bag packed?
Some Cliff Bars.
Some Cliff Bars. I do. I have two bags packed.
Do you have Cliff Bars?
No, I don't have Cliff Bars.
No.
What's your flavor?
I don't have Cliff Bars.
I like a nice peanut butter.
Here's what comes in that pack.
Yes.
You got the 5-year emergency food and water, emergency light sticks, first aid kit.
Oh yeah, I have batteries, flashlights, first aid kit,
emergency whistle.
No, I don't have a whistle.
Leather gloves.
I don't have leather gloves.
Water tablets. Purification tablets.
No, but I know how to purify water with like bleach. I know how to do that, but I don't have bleach in the bag.
Yeah, but without water, you're fucked.
Well, I have water in the garage. I don't keep that in the backpack.
No, but if you're taking your go bag and you're taking off, you got to figure out how to have clean drinking water.
Right, when I throw the stuff in my car, then I put a thing of water in my car.
A thing of water?
Yeah, a jug of water or a case of, like we have bottled water in the house.
Yeah, but then you don't need the go bag because you're assuming you'll be okay before the end of the...
Well, you got all this other stuff.
Case of water's done.
I would put like ammunition and a gun.
And then where are you taking off to?
I have a house north. I'm going north, baby.
And then what? What if the shit is hitting the fan north?
I don't know. Head west.
Exactly. It's stupid.
It's not though.
The whole thing is stupid.
It's not.
What if your gas is like on E? And this all of a sudden this shit goes down.
Well, that's why it's a backpack, because then you start walking. I don't know. I mean, that's a big problem.
So you'll hit the Connecticut Turnpike at exit 4 and think, oh shit, I'm out of gas. Yeah. Let's just start walking.
Yeah.
And then where are you going to walk to?
Yeah.
Head north. I don't know.
You're going to set up camp where?
In New Haven.
Yeah,
right.
You're around Stanford.
Where are all these people going to go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. You're fucked. Just hope nothing happens.
That's pretty much it. You just hope nothing happens.
The go bag.
I did. I made a go bag. Do you remember when everyone freaked out before that, and you had to buy duct tape and plastic because they were going to do a chemical attack in New York?
You bought it?
No, but do you remember that? Yeah. I didn't get sucked into that, but then.
But you have a go bag.
I made a go bag a few years ago.
But you're all right.
I did.
Do you have a go bag, Florentine?
No.
You don't have a go bag?
No.
No, but if God forbid you got to get out of the city real fast, you'll have 30 seconds to run around and grab some shit.
Yeah.
Throw it in a bag and get out, and that's it. You got clean underwear in your go bag?
No, I didn't pack clothes.
You don't have a lot in your bag.
I do. I'll take a picture of it. I packed it a while ago. I don't remember what's in it.
You don't even know what's in your go bag?
I don't remember.
Does everyone in your family have a go bag or just
no?
you?
This is for the family of 4.
For the whole family.
Yeah, that's why it's 2.
The whole family, and you got a case of water?
What kind of food is in there for the whole family?
How many days could you go without water? Not many.
No. On that Naked and Afraid show, they say like 3 days.
All right, so that's why you need the tablets for the water.
Yeah. Well, no.
So you can purify shitty
whatever
water.
you find, yeah.
But what do you think's going to happen to the water? Let's say Manhattan gets attacked. How is the water in Connecticut going to be a problem?
Wait, what?
How is the water in Connecticut going to be a problem if Manhattan gets attacked and you're driving?
No, but that's the thing. Like if a 9/11 situation happens, the water's fine. Everyone's just like all messed up down here, and you just have to head north and get away from the city. So the water's fine.
But you're just assuming everything's fine north of here.
Yeah. That's the only place I have a house.
You wouldn't even know where to run to. I wouldn't know where to go. I guess I would try to get in my car and just keep driving as far as I can and then hope that, I don't know, I could find some shit. Right?
Yeah.
All right. That was, we got a zombie from one of those zombie races.
Oh, no.
He actually did
All right.
it. Drew in Jersey, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, about a year ago in Englishtown, New Jersey, they did like one of those Tough Mudders that was themed for zombies. And a buddy called me up the night before, and we were pretty much hammered the whole night, and we just kept going into the morning. We shot down. It was probably the best experience I could ever describe. We pretty much just tailgated like a Jets-Giants game. We were just like shotgunning beers. We had a flask of whiskey in our pocket. We got to put makeup on our face. It was like the only time like a white guy could get away with doing blackface kind of thing. And while everybody's running around, you get these tight, CrossFit in shape women that are running around, and as a zombie, you get to kind of like run out, scare them a little bit. After like the third or fourth like round, you start catching on that you're actually allowed to touch them. So you're kind of like ass slapping a little bit, a little boob lapping a little bit.
Boob lapping, nice.
Yeah, but you got to kind of keep it like a little. You can't like show your entire hand. You got to kind of every 4 or 5 girls you lap a little bit. You got to go for a guy so the organizers don't catch on to you.
Oh, so they're not onto you. So
yeah, you
got to
sacrifice. Don't want to give it all away.
Gotcha. So you got to grab some balls every once in a while.
Yeah, but after exactly, you got to get a little dick grab in there, a little tug. But after like the 4th or 5th girl, I got to say I was completely loaded.
Yeah.
And I saw this girl that was honestly like one of those like Instagram 10,000, 100,000 followers type of chicks.
Yeah.
She Heisman Trophy stiff-armed the shit out of me so bad. I fell right in the bucket. I was completely a mess. My makeup came off. I just looked like a sad mess.
Yeah. I think to do this
that works if you're going to do it that way.
I don't mind the Tough Mudder and the zombie thing. I really don't. You can't hate on everything. It starts sounding stupid after a while. The CrossFit thing, I don't get. I get some of the exercises would be, very good, but that whole team mentality thing when you don't really know these people, I wouldn't like that. But if you go with a group of friends to one of these Tough Mudder things or zombies running around, that's a good day.
I don't mind this guy's version.
That's a good Saturday or a Sunday.
I don't mind this guy's version of
Let me
being
ask
a
you
zombie.
something, though. I mean, logically, so you get to touch some girls, but you don't want them onto you, so you got to grab some balls every once in a while. You in or out?
Well, were you grabbing balls, sir?
Well, let's just say he has to grab the balls.
I wasn't grabbing, but I was kind of doing like the brush up like you do in a crowded like subway.
Yeah.
Thing.
I think you got to grab the balls so they're really not onto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, if I ever do
one of the organizers, they see you as a zombie and like, oh, he's not there just to grab a whole bunch of tits. I saw him grab some balls too. Are you in or out, Florentine?
I don't know how grabbing balls helps motivate a person. You know what I mean? Like in a football game, you slap a guy in the ass. Good job. I never saw Dan Marino grab, O.J. McDuffie's sack after he just caught a bomb. So I don't know how the ball thing.
If we had a few,
why does everything have to be gay with you? It's you always go.
Don't spin this on me. I'm playing your game today. You son of a bitch.
Yes,
this is your game.
All right, as long as I don't have to look him in the eye.
What do you mean about balls not motivating you? Let's say some Super Bowl cheerleaders were in here right now and they were grabbing our balls. You don't think this would sound a hell of a lot better? We would be fucking on fire. right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But that's not
All right.
Yeah, if I don't look him in the eye, I would do it.
But you get to grab a whole bunch of girls as a zombie, but you gotta fucking grab some balls just so the organizers are, not onto you. Are you doing it or not?
Well, look, I can go to a strip club and grab a bunch of girls.
Yeah, but it's not as fun as one of these zombie things.
Yeah, but Jim, we already died. It's sort of like last chance on Earth. We're reanimated. You got to kind of realize.
He's committing to the character. I respect that.
Did we die from the Zika virus or whatever the hell that thing is?
No, we died from watching. We died from watching about 80% of the participants post on Instagram before they start, and only 20 of them actually run it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I would do it. It sounds you tailgate and you're drunk. You're messing around like, I had to grab that guy's sack, but I get it.
You're not putting anything in your mouth or anything, but you got to grab some fucking balls just so the organizers aren't, onto you that you signed up to be a zombie just to, harass women.
I'll do that, but at the
Good
finish line, is there a fruity beer waiting for me that I can get over?
Oh, there could be anything you want. You said.
Why does it got to go back to the fruity beer thing?
No, because someone said before with the races, they have fruity beers waiting for you at the finish line.
You should have a go bag packed with fruity beers because if it's the apocalypse, it'll be harder to find.
That's a very good point,
See?
Justin. Thank you.
Sure.
So, if you had your bag packed and you had a summer shanty in it, but the shit went down in the winter, would you still drink it?
No, you can't drink that. No.
You wouldn't drink it because it's summer.
That would be a conflict.
That would be a problem.
That would be a problem.
That's the worst Twilight Zone ever.
As I'm trying to figure out if I should drink my summer shandy in the fall. You're grabbing guys' balls, so shut up. I got you to the point where you're grabbing balls.
You're right.
So I'm sipping a fruity beer at the end of the race. You're out there fucking grabbing balls. So the organizers aren't onto you. So they can grab some tits.
We might as well just make a Brokeback Mountain 2, me and you.
Right. Yes, true.
Yeah, sorry. Before.
Uh-oh. Hello? I didn't hang up on you. That was going to be one of those. Before I hang up, Drew. Let the record show I did not hang up on Drew. So if you're out there, you could call back, certainly. All right. I got a text message from one of my Philly guys, Ray. Ray don't fuck around. But this is about Two Broke Girls. Remember we were talking about that?
The sitcom, yeah.
Who likes Two Broke Girls?
Mars.
Who?
Mars. And I watched it. I watch it too. And Jim knows people on it.
Who?
Morgan Murphy writes for that show.
I love Morgan Murphy.
Morgan's
fuck
great.
This.
Absolutely.
She's funny, man.
And she's a great comic, too. And
she's a very great, good comic.
Yeah.
She left like Fallon or something to start writing for Two Broke Girls, I think.
It's Whitney's show. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
it's Whitney's.
Whatever.
Yeah, Whitney company. Yeah.
She fucking blows us off all the time. Enough with this Whitney.
Oh, she blew the show off.
Again.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Again. It's getting exhausting with this Whitney. Enough already.
All right.
I wouldn't care usually, but we booked her 3 times, and then she blew us off last minute, like at three times, and whatever. Anyway, my buddy Ray in Philly writes, Two Broke Girls is a half hour of forced sexual innuendo. It's so fucking annoying. That's what Ray writes in Philly.
I think it's funny.
But I wouldn't have read that if I knew Morgan Murphy was involved, because I think she's very talented.
The brunette on it, Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
I think she's hilarious. I actually think she knows how to deliver a joke very well.
Yeah. All right, hold on a minute. Trucker Bob's wants to comment about your go bag.
Me?
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
Trucker Bob, go ahead.
Mr. Stangl does not have a go bag. What he has is a personalized time capsule for a knucklehead.
You're a knucklehead. I like how he delivered that with that voice. Yeah. You're a knucklehead. Why is he a knucklehead?
That phone fucking sucks. Have a good day, boy.
All right. The phones are really fucking shitty today. Not the actual quality of the phone itself.
I have glow sticks in there, batteries, flashlights. I have
you have Molly in there too? Why do you have glow sticks?
Because if you have no power and you run through the batteries, then you have a glow stick or two. Don't forget, we had no power after that hurricane for like 2 weeks up where I was.
All right.
And
did you make it through?
It started to get a little nutty.
Did you light some candles?
It started after when you had like young kids and you have no power for 2 weeks.
Well, how about you go back to a house that has power?
There was no power anywhere, and you couldn't couldn't get gasoline.
That's your crazy. That's like your country house. Don't your regular house have?
That was my regular house.
Oh, all right.
You don't have any clothes packed in your go bag.
No.
So say it's a cold night. You just were walking all day and you're sweating. You wash your clothes. What do you do for warmth?
Well, again, I would head to my other house with his clothes.
Yeah, no, but you're not there yet. You're walking.
But if if it's an apocalypse, you don't give a fuck if you're wearing fresh clothes. You definitely want to stay warm, though.
I do have a jacket from Mad Max Fury Road. If the apocalypse actually hit, I would wear that. I would dress as Mad Max.
What if it was July?
I would still do it. I would commit to the character.
Oh, God.
Like, if it's truly the end of the world, you got to have a sense of humor about it.
Yes. Can we just call it "Go Fuck Yourself" bag instead of just a "Go bag"?
Exactly. Eric, your brother's exhausting. He's exhausting.
You think?
With his fucking outfit changes.
Look, that's the
I saw it on the screen. I didn't need to fucking react
I have
to it.
guns. Like when the apocalypse comes, it's going to be fun.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing, just like the rest of us.
I know what I'm doing.
Florentine
Who
is
are you
here.
shooting?
Whoever's coming at me, man. I got to protect myself.
Yeah, but they're going to arrest you for that shit.
Not in the apocalypse. There's no law.
You really think the cops are going to arrest people if there's a zombie apocalypse?
If I'm sitting there with like a gun,
you're going to assume that there's no laws anymore when it was just wasn't that big of a deal.
Right, he's going to drive into Manhattan with a gun. You get 3 years in jail.
Well, I'm not going to drive into Manhattan.
And then you try to explain to the judge that the apocalypse was happening.
But if there's the apocalypse, there's no judges.
But we don't know who calls it. Who calls it where now, you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm making my own rules at that point.
I think a lot of people are going to fuck themselves and be in jail for a very long time because they're going to do some shit
Well, Justin,
that they thought they could because it was an apocalypse.
It's like fucking
what happened last time when this all went down? What did everybody do?
You want to hear something on my street?
No, but when everything went down, the last time this all happened, that's going to happen again. What did everybody do?
Everybody was fine. For the most part, everybody was fine. It's sort of, when Hurricane Sandy, but again, there's been no major apocalypse or anything.
No, I'm just saying the last apocalypse, what happened? How did everyone handle it?
There was no,
the dinosaurs died.
Yeah, the dinosaurs. But, during Hurricane Sandy.
Did you replace the Oreos in your go bag?
I didn't.
When everything went back to normal?
I don't have cookies on my go bag. But listen, when Hurricane Sandy hit and there was no power, and then the gasoline trucks weren't delivering gasoline because it took out that
weird
that port down in New York.
Justin used his go bag, and the only thing missing was Oreo cookies.
I'm telling you this: when the apocalypse comes, you're gonna be like, "Dude, can we come over?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, you got Oreo cookies."
He used a bottle of water, and he ate a lot of Oreo cookies. He thought that it was the end of the world.
Dude, how quick does he get to his Oreo cookies? You think in that bag?
I don't have Oreo.
First hour,
immediately.
The first hour,
I don't have Oreo
immediately because he's looking for some comfort.
You don't want your blood sugar to drop during the apocalypse. You got to keep it going.
You're looking for a little comfort because all hell's breaking loose.
Are they supposed to last forever?
Around you. What, Paul?
Wouldn't he have Twinkies in his bag, though? Aren't they supposed to last forever?
That was a Family Guy episode. Please don't steal from Family Guy.
He's not even over to George Washington Bridge. He's reaching for the Oreos.
He's already digging into his Oreos.
Yeah.
He needs a little comfort.
Yeah.
He needs a little comfort.
If your blood sugar drops, you start to get cranky in the apocalypse. Like, that's bad. You want to make sure
I think everyone's going to be a bit cranky.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be even.
I don't think anyone's going to be happy with the whole thing. All right. What do we got still on the show? We're going to have Theo Von in here, right?
Yep.
I remember this kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's here. We're going to have him on next.
Yeah.
Why are you whispering?
I'm just, because I didn't want to interrupt you. I was just saying he's here.
And then what else we got today?
We have a phone call.
With Zack Snyder. What is this?
He's the director of Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, but he's promoting Doritos?
Yeah.
That's a good thing to put in your emergency bag.
Doritos?
Yep, I'm going to ask him about that.
Are you a sugar guy or a salt guy?
Salt.
Doritos. So he's doing
he's doing a Super Bowl ad. I think that
he's doing Batman versus Superman, but he's calling us to talk about Doritos.
Yeah. But I'm just asking questions about Batman versus Superman.
I will ask him only about Doritos.
All right, that should be amazing. I would stick around for that.
This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
Yes. Let's bring in Theo Von. Promoting No Offense. Netflix special premieres February 26th. What's up? What's up, buddy?
What's up, Bobby? How are you, man?
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Good. Nice to see you guys.
I recognize you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Which Road Rules?
I was a Road Rules cast, yeah.
Yeah, which one?
You can't hear. I was a Road Rules cast. Let me see.
One of the first ones?
No. 99. We were season... You know what? I don't even know. Season 9, actually.
Oh, wow.
Season 9, man.
Wow, that show goes way back now then.
Yeah, that show goes back, man. It was wild. You know, it was just like, I mean, it was like living in a camper, really.
Right.
With other children. Probably basically like a pedophile, really, but I was a child too.
How old were you?
I was 19.
19?
So.
And a whole bunch of 18, 19-year-olds just tooling around.
Yeah.
What'd you have to do in your season?
Let me think of something cool that we did. I'll tell you one of the best moments that happened, actually. I was in, cause for people that aren't familiar, the show's been off the air for a while, and it's a show where kids would travel around and play games.
Right.
And like win money and kind of see the world a little bit or see a country. Our country was America, and they took us, we were in, Florida one night, and I was waiting I had a girlfriend, she was flying in to see me, and I'm waiting outside of the hotel for her. She'd been laid over all day and all kinds of, girls is griping and saying stuff, so I'm trying to be patient, man. And I'm out there, trying to smile, wait. And Jim Brewer comes walking into the hotel, right? Nice. And I I knew about Jim Brewer because I smoked weed as a kid.
Right.
And he comes walking into the hotel just like, waddling, flip-flops, fucking look like he just like came off of like a UFO. And, it's like, I was like, dude, you're Jim Brewer. He's like, ah. And, I was like, man, I'm on this crazy like reality show, and he's like, ah. And he's like, I love that show. And he's like, what have you guys been doing? And I was like, oh, just, different games. He's like, you've been hitting elephants in the nuts. That's what that's what he said. Then he literally ran back and forth outside of this hotel for probably about 2 minutes, jumping up in the air as if he was running and hitting an elephant in the nuts. Like, it was the worst.
Really?
It was, and he's not a good runner and jumper. No. And, but just to see him do that, and it was just me and him. And then he's like, you want to go smoke in my room? And, there's one thing that my girlfriend at the time hated was me being stoned. And I was like, dude, I gotta, like, if she gets here and I'm high,
you're fucked.
I'm fucked. So
you said no to Jim Brewer.
Still one of the biggest regrets of my life.
Yeah, because he doesn't really smoke his pot. He was in here yesterday. He's a very old friend. I love Jim Brewer.
Oh, he's one of a kind, man.
And he goes all in. So if he's talking about hitting elephants in the nuts, he's gonna show you how to do it.
You don't think your girlfriend would understand that you smoke with Jim Brewer?
She was not that.
No.
She wasn't like that.
No.
Yeah, I made a poor choice. I don't remember there was good sex and everything. It was young sex. When you're young, sex is good, I feel like, like when you're old, like sober sex is good when you're young. Like when you're old, I feel like you can't be sober and do sex.
Wait a minute.
Mine was the opposite.
Yeah.
I was always drunk, younger, to have sex.
You had to be drunk and when you were having sex.
And I think the sex gets better as you get older because you know what you like, and then you find somebody more compatible. The younger ones, they're not.
That was all about getting drunk first.
Yeah, always getting drunk.
I don't know. I just remember, I think sober sex is for children, I think.
Right.
Well, maybe if you're fucking children, I'd rather be sober.
And I mean, like, children that's supposed to be having sex, not like,
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But yeah, that was one of my big regrets, man.
Right. That is a regret. That's for sure. Road rules. And then did you do Road Rules Challenge?
Yep, I did some of the Road Rules challenges.
That was crazy ass shit.
Till 2004. Yeah, it used to be different. Like when I first started, I never been on here, so I'm just supposed to, I'll just tell you about it.
Yeah.
And so like it used to be when I first did it in like 2000, they had like real people with real jobs that were like, you'd have somebody who was like a doctor that had taken off of work to come and, do this crazy experience, or you'd have somebody that, wanted to be a politician, people with dreams, maybe somebody was like an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
But, now, then it just started to become a bunch of Muppets, just a bunch of liquor Muppets. And I was like, I'm out of here,
You said I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Gave up the good gig.
Yeah, it was good, but there was no longevity in it. There was no future. Like I don't want to be like, swallowing bananas to win PlayStations, in my 30s. Like I just can't do that
shit. So you moved on to other things.
Yeah. I got into comedy actually.
I see you tweeted a picture. You were hoping for Jim Norton and you got Jim Florentine today.
Yeah, they switched Jimmy's on me, and I'm angry about it.
Why are you angry about it?
Nice.
Because I love Jim Florentine, man.
What the fuck's that about?
I don't blame. Look, I thought Ari Shaffir was going to be here today. I got Theo Vaughn. So what am I going to do?
It says, thinking I'm going live with the madman Jim Norton, and I get Mr. Jim Florentine. And then the hashtag, what the fuck? Really?
Well, I'm just joking, though.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. Yeah, totally. I hate Twitter, man, because I can't ever tell how people's going going to feel about stuff.
Twitter.
I don't give a fuck.
You know?
That's what it is.
But I did get a good picture of him looking like Sasquatch. You know how they see, every time they get a picture of Bigfoot, that's what he looked like a little bit.
Yeah, what? You look all angry in that picture, Florentine. Did you know he was taking your picture?
No, I didn't even know.
No, he didn't.
Did you know he was about to shit talk you?
I didn't know I was an asshole just now, really.
You're fine.
So look, if my name was Pete, he wouldn't have posted that. It was, you know,
it was the Jim thing.
Yeah, the Swiss Gyms.
Yeah, Florentine does a show a lot. He kills for us, Theo.
No, I've heard one of. I mean, you know, obviously I know of him, and I got to see him at the Comedy Store not long ago, which was pretty cool. And he was not yelling, you know, he was talking about relationship stuff, and I guess it was like somebody had bailed, you know, you got in a wife argument or something, like, I think.
Oh, it's a little worse than that.
Oh, yeah, right. So it's
all good, yeah.
But okay.
The whole marriage is gone.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
And now he's bringing some of that to his comedy.
I felt it, bro. It was
just
passionate.
some, right?
It was just some. It was passionate, man.
You're holding back still?
I felt it.
Yeah. No, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It'll be filmed soon.
It was inspiring for when that happens to me. I'm going to be ready.
You're going to be ready for it? Are you seeing anyone now?
Like a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, nuh-uh. I was kind of talking to this Mexican girl, I think, but I think she's Mexican, but she's,
Wouldn't you know if she was Mexican?
I don't know, man. She talks so fast, dude, and I don't sometimes even want to deal with her, but so no, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
But man, in the city though, dude, I've been spending here and I just.
How long have you been in New York?
I've been here for about 3 or 4 days.
No, what do you, I mean, are you going to live here?
Oh, I'm going to move here for the summertime.
Are you?
And then, you know, just like a couple months and then like an experiment.
Right.
And then make a decision.
Where are you from? LA right now?
I'm from New Orleans, but I live in LA.
You live in LA. But
how long you been in LA?
I've been here about 10 or 12 years.
Okay.
And I just get depressed out there, man.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel lonesome, honestly. You know, if a man can say that now, but I feel lonesome.
You can't say in front of Florentine.
Why?
Because he's lonesome.
You show a little femininity in front of this fucking guy.
No, I didn't. I
He'll
didn't say
shove it down your throat.
You're allowed to get lonely.
Well, but I'm not allowed to have a fruity beer.
Right, you should be. Yeah,
wow,
it's okay.
You guys have some history.
Yeah, we go way back.
Do you drink beer?
Yeah. I'm trying to get into sobriety, but it's just hard to get in there.
What kind of beer you drink?
I pretty much drink light beer.
All right,
with a little fruit in there.
Maybe around the holidays I'll do something with a little orange in it, but I don't get funny outside of season.
You don't do the seasons.
I don't get funny outside of Christmas time.
He's got the little orange in his beer. That's okay. That's okay.
At Christmas for
that's
holidays.
A fruity beer.
Well, yeah. I guess the Blue Moon comes with the orange wedge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll put an orange in a Miller Genuine Draft. I don't care what the orange is in, but that's when I'll do something seasonal.
Yeah, because Blue Moon thinks they're the only beer that you can put an orange in. I now go with the freshly squeezed orange juice, drink a little of my beer, and then I fucking pour some orange juice in the beer bottle. How about that one, Florentine? Because why squeeze your stupid wedge? It never gives you enough it never gives you enough goodness. So now I just take the orange juice and put it right in.
Just be a bartender. Stop. You don't need to run this radio empire. Just be a bartender. That's what you really want to be.
Because that's smart, right? Isn't that smart, though?
It is pretty smart.
Instead of cutting stupid orange wedges and getting just a little juice, I'm like, I like orange in some of my beers, so I now pour it right in.
He's a madman. He's the only guy who's bringing his own little orange juice from home to the bar.
No, I don't. I got 2 little kids there, Theo. So.
You got children, huh?
Yeah, so yeah.
That's cool.
Because I like the Blue Moon orange taste, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. I guess that orange juice would taste good in all beers.
Yeah.
That was my conclusion.
Is it fun being, like, drunk around your kids, or what is that like? I always wonder what that's like.
I don't really... Or
not drunk. I'm not judging you. I'm just thinking...
No, you could judge. I don't really... I was never a big. I drank a lot from 18 to about 30, and then since then it's pretty weak.
Yeah.
I have a weak game, to be honest with you. A couple beers on the weekends is about it.
But like, if you're drinking and a kid comes back around, like, does it feel kind of crazy or something?
You know what? I don't think maybe in the summer. I don't think I've ever been really drunk in front of my kids. So I'm sorry I don't have a great, story or answer for you.
If they're real young, it's tough.
My friend Kenny, before I had kids, Clubsoda Kenny, he told me, he goes, he stopped partying because he goes, kids don't understand hangovers. And something about that was in my head. Because if you're drinking all night, your kids are still waking up at 6:37 in the morning, and they don't give a fuck if you're hungover, haven't slept, still drunk, and that will drive you insane.
Yeah.
Because
that'll sober you up.
Well, the days of partying where you could, waste a whole day just laying around in your bed. You can't do that shit.
Yeah, because they're not going to take a nap at 8:30 in the morning, 2 hours later.
And I think that's what stops me to this day, because I'll go out with my wife, we'll get a sitter, and, we'll have a few drinks, and then, you want to have one more, and you're like, man, that's going to be the fucking difference between a good day and a real shitty day tomorrow. Because they're going to just drive you insane.
That's tough. Yeah, that would be tough, man.
Yeah.
I just wonder, what if you've been drinking, you see your kid and, it's daytime and, is it fun? Are they more, do they seem like a crazy friend at that point?
I'm sure they're, I mean, looking back to the days when I was partying more, I think it would be fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be a little plaything at that point.
That's what I'm thinking, I guess. But
why are you lonely in L.A.?
It's just tougher to date. You don't see anybody, man. I fell in love 11 times walking here from not far away. So even about 6 blocks, man. I mean, there's people walking across the street of all different, you got maybe some of these girls was Guatemalan. I don't even know, but they're crossing the street. Beautiful girls.
Oh, you're a little exotic.
I don't know. I saw this Asian girl eating this huge cake yesterday, this chunk of cake, dude. And I can't even stop thinking about it.
That might have been some fetish porn.
I know. She was on the train. I almost wanted to help her.
They were probably shooting some fetish porn.
Oh, she'll never finish the cake either.
So she was eating a big cake on the train?
With both hands. No, she'd bought this chunk of cake, I guess. Somebody selling a piece of cake.
Yeah.
And she just and she was just nibbling it. I was like, she'll be here for 2 months. I could see her in May eating that thing.
Asians are fucking weird, man.
Yeah, they're docile creatures, man.
Are we allowed to say that? They're weird creatures.
Oh, you grow up to a group of Asians and tell them to go somewhere, they all will go. It's like a school of fish. Except for the Chinese, bro. And I'm warning people, I've always thought the Chinese were coming. And I think it's getting heavier, but the Chinese are
they don't mess around.
No, there's something infused in there. They're like your basic Asian with an orange slice.
Yes.
They're wild.
I thought the Japanese were,
but they're so docile now.
The orange slice.
I feel like they're so docile now.
Because they know how to fool around with their hair and make their hair look a little different.
That's a good point, maybe.
The Chinese all have the same exact
basic
haircuts, and the Japanese go, well, look, we know we all have the same exact hair, but we could fool around with a little bit and put some color in there and stuff. That's how that's the difference between Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah, the Chinese, I feel like, and no offense if anybody in here is Chinese, but
look around.
I don't know if I trust anybody.
Do you think there's any Chinese people in the studio?
This room can't be any whiter.
So. No. Yeah, that's true, actually.
We got a couple jizz.
But you don't know who identifies as a Chinese.
Just the way you said that.
And they're wild,
you never
man.
know. Do you like the jizz?
Jews.
The Jews?
Yeah. We got 2.
There's a long pause. You like the Jews?
Well, we got 2, and we watch them very closely.
I like them, man. I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm still learning about them, kind of.
Yeah.
And they seem a little bit,
You'll never get them.
Is it really?
New York Jews, especially, you'll never figure them out.
We're always 2 steps ahead.
They're very, very tricky and sneaky.
Yeah, sometimes they seem sneaky. They seem just wise, but they're thinking with a different brain, something's different about their brain.
Today I'm mad at the Jew.
Today?
Yeah, Theo just reminded me of something.
We're
in the elevator in our building yesterday, and there was a Jew.
Yeah,
and
I never
Jew. You're pronouncing it wrong. A Jewish person.
It's kind of
You can't get in trouble by saying Jew.
It's a Jew.
Whatever's going to come next.
It's from Borat, I mean.
Who's Boris?
Borat. I corrected myself.
All right, go on.
Borat. That's where I got that from.
Go on.
He used to kind of say it that way.
Right, that's what Boris used to say. Go on. So what happened?
I'm in an elevator in my building, and it was me and my family, and then a couple other people, and there's Jew, and he definitely was a Jew.
What does that mean?
He was wearing the hat.
Oh, the hair wallet?
He was wearing the hat.
You can't say a hair wallet. Yeah.
And this guy, he gives you guys a bad name because
me.
There's another. Then there's a security guard in the elevator. It was packed, and a delivery guy.
Right.
And it's the Jew. What?
Go on.
He brags in front of all of us, including the delivery guy who's soaked because it was pouring rain yesterday. So this guy's fucking miserable. And he goes to his son, who was also, a Jew.
Go on.
And what, Theo?
He had the
it's just crazy, man. I didn't know we could say stuff like that.
Don't worry. This show's perfect for you. I already figured out. You're good.
I want to hear.
I figure out people in minutes. You're good. I'm going to have you back.
Go on.
So then the guy, to everyone, is bragging. He goes, one of those guys once left a menu under my door. He was fired on the spot. Because I guess there's a rule in my building, you can't leave menus under the door.
Yeah.
So this guy who was a Jew was bragging that he got a delivery guy fired for putting a fucking menu under his door. I'm like, you're bragging about this?
Oh, so he's telling the other delivery guy that's sopping wet in the elevator.
He was telling his son, but everyone could hear because it's an elevator.
How do you know it was his son?
Because he also had one of those hats.
The eye patch on the head.
Yeah.
The eye patch on the head.
Yeah, one of those too.
He had a hat too.
Okay.
He had one of those hats.
It's a religious thing.
It's a religious thing.
Yeah,
Look, he's Jewish and he knows about it.
Well, yeah, it's a religious thing.
It's not a religious thing when you could have the Yankees logo on your hat.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they do that, huh? I didn't know that.
Can.
Yes, that goes really. How religious are you guys if you can put fucking
I
logos
saw a Nike one the other day.
Yeah.
So he was delivery shaming. He was shaming the delivery guy.
I was so mad, and I say some shitty things, Theo. You learn that about me. And me and my wife,
there it is.
Me and my wife we were out of our minds. I'm like, you're bragging about getting a guy that's just trying to slug out a living, and in front of a guy that was soaked because it was a miserable day in New York. You're bragging that you got a guy fired on the spot for leaving a menu under your door.
So you think if the guy was Catholic, he wouldn't be doing that?
No, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to go with that, but he's just a dick.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. You know?
That's New York, by the way. There's a lot of those type of people here. There are a lot of dicks.
People's dicks here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dicks. See, this is what I was trying to refer to.
People's dicks here. Oh, you know what? And that did kind of...
this is what I was trying to refer to earlier, but no one really got it. But
and that's accurate.
There's Japanese fetish porn, and there's Japanese women doing really weird shit on the internet.
3.1 million views.
Eating that cake. I told you, dude. And it hit me in the heart.
Look at this. It's 3.1 million. This is all she's doing. She's mushing the cake in her face and dancing sexy. She shows the cleavage. 3.1 million views for that.
Whoa, squirty.
Oh, you know what that's supposed to represent, right, fellas?
What?
A little jizz.
That seam, bro. A little bit of that seam, baby.
You sure? It's on cake.
Yeah, no.
Wow, she's wild. Yeah, I don't like. She's too much for me, man.
Too much?
Yeah, dude. I ain't taking her out to eat, doing all that.
No, but you saw a girl eating cake on the subway.
Yeah, this girl was just a really more...
and it was a big piece of cake, though.
This was a more peaceful creature. Yeah. And she was sitting there and just had this, like, as if... Like, just like a bird nibbling at it. And that's what I'm more into, I think. It just really blew my mind that she could have been there forever eating that thing.
Have you seen a lot of shit in the last 3 days in New York? It's a great walking city.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you
Just walk around, man.
I'll tell you this. The first time I ever came here was whenever we did the Road Rules show, actually. And we got to go to the VMAs or the movie awards, whichever one's here.
Yeah, Video Music Awards.
And I got to sit next to Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon, right? So next thing you know, I'm at this crazy award show, and I'd never even been in New York City. And, this one, O-Town was a band. Remember O-Town?
Sure.
Yeah. So afterwards, I went and partied with some of the guys from O-Town, and some girls were leaving this bar or club, and they brought me into their taxi cab. 3 women. And so I'm fired up. So next thing you know, I end up over at their house, dude. They had an apartment. And they had 2 beds, huge room, right? Me and these 3 girls. 2 of them starts making out in the other bed, and me and this other girl, she might have been she could have been Puerto Rican. I don't know what that is almost, but she looked kind of a little bit in the middle range. And she, so we start making out, right? But then she gave me a little bit of drugs. And, so next thing you know, I was getting real nervous, and I thought maybe these girls might be they might steal stuff from you because you always hear.
What kind of drugs did she give you?
A little bit of cocaine, you know?
Right.
A little bit of snout magic, you know?
Right. But I mean, okay, something could have been in the cocaine.
Yeah, and I'm just nervous, and I didn't do cocaine.
Not going to make you fall asleep.
Yeah, I didn't do cocaine, and then I just got real anxiety, and then one of the girls left, so then it's just me and 2 girls, and they wanted me to stay and hang out with them, right?
Right.
And I started getting real paranoid, I guess, for some reason, and I was like, I got to get out of here, but I need a memento, I said. And they had a bag of sex toys and different operatives for your vagina. Yeah. And,
you could say cunt.
Okay. Yeah. For all of it. For all of it, I guess. Yeah. For all of it. They had a little bag of, sex deals. Right. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm taking one of these. So I snuck one, right?
Yeah.
Put it in my side. And it was kind of like a pink or purple kind of dildo. It was a large one because I reached in there and, you usually hit the larger one. And, so next thing you know, I'm at this bodega getting some snacks about 4 a.m. And, I'm walking around there and the thing fell out of my waistband, right? And I'll leave and I'm like, I felt like I was missing something. My wallet, I kind of go like this and I'll look back and they had like a Vietnamese kid had found it and was like holding it up, man. A child. A child, bro. A real child.
Was holding it up your pink dildo.
I just left, bro.
You just left. You don't want to go back.
No, you can't. No, dude. You can't
my
wrestle
dildo
away
back
from a kid.
But that was like my first night ever in New York, man. And that was,
that's a hell of a start.
Was that the first night you ever did coke?
It was gnarly. Yeah, it must have been, man, because I was so nervous that it must have been. I can't ever remember doing it before that.
Right.
And they had like in a vial, like how you saw on television, They
do
really
you think if
it.
you would have hung the whole night, you would have fucked both of them? Or you think they just wanted you to do coke with them all night?
I feel like sometimes I get nervous if there's two people around your penis. That makes me nervous. So I feel like it just feels like a lot of extra responsibility, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah.
The more the merrier, please.
Yeah, but I feel like you say that, but I got involved with these two girls in Missouri one time and they didn't even know each other. And when you're trying to like do sex and introduce people together at the same time, like that's insane. Like, so I feel like, and if you're already uncomfortable sometimes with meeting new people, it's just some of the scenarios probably are more awkward than people think.
Right.
But that was a wild night, man. And that was like my first time ever in New York.
That's beautiful. I got a guy pissed off at me. Hold on a minute. And then we'll continue with this. Travis, go ahead. Travis from the other room. What the fuck did I do to you, Travis?
Hey, guys, how are you?
All right, Travis.
Love the show, but listen, I'm a little disappointed in you, Opie, this morning. You're really a prick.
I'm a what?
I think you're a little bit of a prick.
Which thing?
What do you mean, which thing? Let's start with the way you're pronouncing the word Jew.
I am, but I got friends that are, Jews.
That's like saying I'm a friend with a black guy and not being racist. You're the most ridiculous person, man. You are a no-talent hack.
Thank you, sir. But you're listening. That's so weird. Why would you listen?
I like the show.
But I'm the only one. It's me and Florentine today. You
I
dummy.
love Florentine. I love Jim.
Bye, Travis.
All right.
You got your moment of fame. Go post on a hate board now. Enjoy yourself.
Was he really upset?
I don't know. I think he's just a hater. We get haters that just listen all day long and try to get in there on the conversation.
You know why I think that was a fake call?
Why?
Rarely do you hear people stick up for the Jews.
And then we got John, some more of that fetish porn I was telling you about. Go ahead, John in Virginia.
Hey, you thought that the cake eating porn was crazy. Look up cake farting porn.
We actually had one of these gals in back in the day, about 10 years ago.
You farted on a cake?
Yeah. Have you seen this shit yet?
No, I have
Theo?
not seen it.
Florentine hasn't seen this either?
I don't know if I need that in my life.
This was hot for a moment or two about he hung up. You can help me with this, John. This is your conversation.
He just left you in a dirty conversation.
This is your conversation.
He didn't want to get slammed. He didn't know if he was going to.
Fuck?
That's hilarious.
He pulled the pin on the grenade.
I don't know what happens. Like, I look at this like we're having a conversation. And I'm like, would you just walk away from your friend in mid-fucking sentence?
That's like asking someone, like, do you ever say, like, like, the N-word or something, and they start talking, and you just leave, and so then they're, like, just saying...
I was having this conversation for you. I didn't need to talk about girls farting on cakes today.
Oh, wow, you guys are watching everything.
He dropped that, and then he took off with his go bag.
It's not cool, man.
Is this one of these?
I'm trying to get it to load up.
Yeah, this is this was huge for a little while. Probably because it just became one of those weird viral things that everyone had to check out. I don't believe that people actually get turned on by this shit, right?
It's got to be for fun.
I mean, if they're naked, sure, that part of it would be a turn on. But the actual act of farting into a cake, you can't get it, huh? Oh, now you're in porn hell.
Wow, yeah.
Now he's in porn hell.
Yeah, I just feel like it's hard to not watch porn though sometimes.
Dude, this is kind of hot, right? This anime shit, even though it's like it's not.
No, it's not.
Why isn't that hot? Oh, you're looking at
It's a cartoon.
the guy with the dick instead. Oh. All right, here's the girl. See, it's hot because she's naked.
It's her birthday.
Obviously.
It's her birthday.
Right.
There's a birthday cake with lit candles.
That doesn't mean it's her real birthday. That means that's a cake.
Yeah,
but it's a birthday cake.
Could you put it on full screen so I don't have to see that guy's mule on the side, making me sad?
Making you sad.
Yeah,
it's a big mule.
I know.
We were all trying to make believe that he didn't have a giant fucking piece. All right, go ahead.
I'd like to eat a cake. That I wish.
All right, blowing out the candles.
Yummy.
Candles are gone.
Some father somewhere is just crying his eyes out.
No.
What happened to my little girl? Now she sits on the cake.
Oh, what a waste of cake.
Oh, wow, that's something.
And then she's sitting, and then she falls into the cake. Like, wow. Don't moan. No one's believing that this is turning you on. You can stop with that. She's got a dirty ass.
What is going on in here? You guys do this every day?
Well, sorry, Theo. I apologize.
Like, I barely would do this by myself. This is crazy, man. This is y'all's life.
No, this is a conversation that John wanted, and then he fucking walked away.
John, bro,
from Virginia.
That's not a real state.
Yeah, all of a sudden, John from Virginia is running the show.
But I took his phone call. We do a talk show. I took his phone call to have a conversation with the guy for a minute, and then he sets us down this road and hangs up.
That could be the line of the day. Is this what you guys do all day?
Right.
Well, I just can't believe what's going on in here.
Anyone else notice the cigarette burn on her ass? Am I the only one that noticed that?
I feel worse
Up
than
here?
what I got here. What is going on, dude?
That's a dirty ass, right?
There's nothing sexy about this.
That's one way to hail a cab.
It's a little cleaner when she opens up the whole thing.
Now she's.
Do you see the fucking cigarette burn on her ass?
That's a vote for Rand Paul right there, bro.
I dropped out, though.
Yeah.
Rand Paul had to say goodbye.
I like how you guys just got all serious and political in the middle of the...
Yeah, let's not talk about the naked woman straddling a cake. Let's talk about the presidency.
You said you never heard of this, so I thought I would turn you on.
I've never seen that in my life.
If you do a radio show, you know a lot more.
She's naked farting on a cake.
Because these fucking guys like John in Virginia, they'll call up all day long with stuff you've never heard of or seen. And then you do this for enough years, you've seen a lot of shit.
We have to realize that Theo was the one who started with the Asian on the subway eating a cake, and it kind of made him hot.
Yeah.
So we're at this point now where the chicks are farting.
I didn't take us here. I don't have any controls. I got a cup of coffee, and I saw this beautiful little Asian girl, real docile, eating a piece of cake.
But see, I took that info and went, holy fuck. The Japanese people, they do some weird fetish porn, and then
the
John
Confederacy called.
Yeah, exactly.
A little slavey. Jeez.
All right, now we're going to move on. See, then what happens? Then you have to top that one. So now we got Paul in Jersey. Hopefully he'll stay on the phone for a conversation. Paul, go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
We got Theo Vaughn in studio. I'm glad we booked him. I like this guy.
The most weirdest thing I've ever seen in porn is Japanese eel porn.
Yeah.
And you have two girls where they take, and one girl is putting these mini eels into either this girl's asshole or pussy. I don't remember which.
My God, bro.
Shoots it out.
Where's he calling from that he can say this?
He shoots it out.
He's calling from international waters.
I can't believe where we are.
He shoots it out into a cup, and the other girl eats it.
Oh.
Yes.
You got to see this. I mean,
all right. Wait, before you push play, I want to set this up. So for the longest time, I didn't understand.
Look at him; he's uncomfortable.
I'm very uncomfortable. Look at this. Look at what's paused on the screen right there. You're like while you're setting this up, that's what I'm staring at.
Wow.
Looks like someone ready to sing opera.
It looks like Jim Norton is here.
All right, listen.
Oh, Norton would be loving this.
Yeah, he would be all about this. All right, listen. Thank you, Paul in Jersey. I think our conversation's done. But I did learn about eels and tentacles and all that because the Japanese use a lot of that shit. And then you learn that they're not allowed to show penises. So they still want their porn. So that's where they came up with the snakes and the eels and the tentacles. So they're not as fucking fucked up as people think.
Right.
It's more that their government or whatever the fuck the.
It's
Again,
because
you're
they're
talking
small.
about the government.
Huh?
Japanese.
What?
Is because their penises are small.
You think that?
Did they use eels? Eels are big. Some eels are big. Ditch eels are pretty big.
They still want things going into girls, and they're not allowed to show penises, and that's so they got around it by going with the eels and the snakes and the tentacles. Look it up. I know this shit. I'm good at this.
I'm trying to get off of porn, man. I just have a tough time sometimes when I get home by myself, and you just are, you're like you're alone.
It's impossible to get off porn.
Yeah, I just feel bad for some of these kids that are on it.
It scares them.
I saw some kids looking at porn the other day by the library, and it just kind of...
By the library?
Yeah. Yeah, the library.
In the library?
Yeah, some children.
You were in the library?
Yeah,
how old was
Why are you going to a library?
The biggest problem with that was he was in the library.
Yes!
I know, Jesus Christ.
We're talking about eels and chicks' assholes. Well, how did a library get in this conversation?
Some guy tries to wander through the periodicals, and I'm the bad guy.
Florentine is with me on this. I couldn't tell you the last time I heard of someone going to a library.
I spent a good bit of my life in the library, man.
Don't you got like audible.com or something?
Yeah, but sometimes I go in there and I just feel like I don't know, just feel kind of connected a little bit more.
Right.
You know?
So in the library, kids were looking at porn?
2 children was looking at porn. Yeah.
How old do you think the kids were?
On what?
I want to say, I hope 11. On a phone.
On their phones?
Yeah. And it was loud, and I was at least, I almost said...
Move over?
No, I said at least cut the volume by half, like... It was almost like they'd done it a million, like it was just crazy.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine growing up like that, Like I remember the first time I ever saw any pictures of any vagina, some guy pinned me against a tree and he's like, you know what this is, boy? And he's like, this is, and I was like, and he showed me, and it was a picture of a page that he pulled out of his pocket. He's like, this is cooter, boy. This is cooter. And then he fucking punched me, this white kid.
Why did a guy beat you up with a picture of a vagina?
Did you try?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what his life's like.
What happened a minute before that? Did you try to blow him or something?
No, I was just in the library, dude, and I walked out. This is at a library.
Another library.
Another library.
Yeah. My mom used to drop us off at the library as like the babysitter, It was like the library's free,
Right.
You're in there.
Yeah, this creep's in the library, though. I would
So did he follow you out of the library?
assume.
Did he follow you out of the library or he was outside?
Oh no, he was outside. He was like one of those kids that never went in, but wanted to kind of I guess be in that scene a little bit, probably.
The library scene.
Bro, we didn't have a lot of buildings in our town. And I remember that as I got older, I used to go in there and that's where I started getting into the first pornography I ever looked at actually was old pictures of Rubenesque women, like the paintings,
Yeah.
And I'd go look at those pictures, man, in those books.
I hear you.
And I remember sometimes even I'd get an erection and close it real hard between close the book around it real hard, kind of.
You had sex with a book?
I didn't have sex, bro.
You're putting your fucking turgid penis in a book.
I was young, man. I was 13.
It was like your bookmark?
Yeah, it was so you wouldn't lose your page?
Yeah.
And he's calling us weird.
I want to make sure I remember I'm on page 27, so I'm going to slam my penis in the book.
See, we're older than you, Theo. We come from a time where you had to find your shit.
Right.
Wasn't easy. And it would be weird stuff like a bra ad in the back of a magazine.
I had to get on a train.
And if you...
I want to hear this.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'd have to get on a train to go 3 towns over to find a newsstand to buy a magazine.
Oh, I'm talking before you were able to buy magazines. You had to find magazines. But our thing I figured this out.
Yeah, where'd you see your first porn? What was your first porn thing, you think?
There's a few of them, but we used to ride our bikes, and I figured this out one day. I'm like, people will leave their magazines on the corner for the garbage men to take away, and it would all be bundled up. And I said, man, the odds are good if you do it enough. There's going to be fucking porn magazines in there. So me and my friends at the time would grab all the magazines, bring them to our tree fort in the woods, and go through them. And
wow,
and it was a lot of shit. But every once in a while, you would find fucking Playboys or whatever, and it was like striking gold.
Would y'all look at them together if you found them, or would you take them off separately and look at them?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
We used to look at them together. We'd get them at garage sales,
I guess
too.
together, but not in some all right, let's all fucking jerk off.
No, not jerk off, but all look at them.
But then you're sitting there all sprung and everybody's feeling well, who's going to go leave and jerk off first? I feel like that's a weird kind of moment.
I think, when you're younger, your mind is strong. So you could save all that shit for later when everyone's in bed.
That's true. That's true.
Man, now I forgot I was even doing a radio show an hour ago. But back then, man, the images you could put in your head, and they would stay there for a long time.
Yeah.
And then those magazines, we've talked about this over the years. Then those magazines would last for years. You would like save them and you would find new ways to try to figure out how to keep them from getting ruined in the bad weather. You put them in bags and plastic bags.
We put them in mothballs for the winter and everything.
Yeah,
You would take care of them.
We'd bury them and we'd dig a hole and bury them. Put them in a bag and bury them in the back.
Dude. I remember, like, I grew up by this highway and animals used to get hit there all the time because I grew up in the kind of the stray animal belt of Louisiana, in the, in the 80s and 90s. And, so a lot of animals would get hit on Saturdays. We usually go out there, pull off the animals, bury them, right? One time we're burying something and they had somebody hit a bunch of nudie mags in the ground, right? In the dirt, but they had cut out, like in the exact insertion points of penis and vagina, they'd cut out that. So you'd see like the bodies, but where there were the exact insertion they cut of every picture. And it was like 11 magazines.
What is that about?
I don't know.
You're probably fucking the hole.
Yeah. You think that's what it's about?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
No, the guy's
maybe that is. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. If it was the centerfolds, definitely. But I was thinking if they were very small pictures, unless you were.
Yeah, some of them were small pictures. Like the quarters. Yeah, maybe it's an Asian guy. I thought they did it because of for Christian reasons. Like they still wanted to have pornography, but they didn't want, somebody getting a hold of the full
What about
throttle.
the nipples? They cut that out?
Mm-mm.
So it was just like where the genitals were. Huh. Are we going to see the eel thing?
I think we need to at this point.
What? This is for Theo.
I don't want this.
Dude, this is how we bond. We've known you, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I didn't want any of this, man.
I didn't want any of this. He's trying to get off porn. Did he say that? We should go to our phone first, though, right? All right, let's say hi to Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, buddy?
I'm great.
Uh-oh, do we have one of those weird delays? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pasadena, California.
Yeah, there's like a 3-second delay. That makes this hard to do. All right, Zach.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Director of Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. We got Justin Stangl in studio. He's extremely excited about that movie. I know you're promoting Doritos, but Justin,
I want to know all about Batman versus Superman. I'm a big Superman fan.
I understand.
This is not going to work.
The delay doesn't help.
The delay is going to be tough. Should we end each sentence like they do in
over?
Want to go with over? Zach, over. Oh, God.
No, the over thing doesn't help. He has to start talking in the middle of the question.
Well, that's not.
Well, how's he going to know when the question is?
That is not my problem.
And why is there a 3-second delay? I guess. All right.
You know how far away Pasadena is?
Zach is promoting Doritos Crash. Oh, fuck.
This is good, though, actually.
Takes off the eel porn.
Theo loves seeing us sweat. You're promoting Doritos Crash the Super Bowl contest, aren't you, Zach? Your turn to talk. Go.
Yes, I am, and I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you've gone online and looked at the 3 finalists, but pretty amazing stuff those guys have done, and well, we'll see who wins.
Okay. I want to know about Batman versus Superman. I want to know how much of this film is Batman and how much is Superman. Are you going to spend more time concentrating on introducing the new Batman, or is it going to be like a 50-50 split?
Good question.
Well, we didn't quite dole out the screen time in with the stopwatch.
Right.
But I appreciate that desire to know. I think that really what we tried to do was we got to set up a new Batman, create a new Batman sort of mythology, but at the same time, really both of them have pretty big storylines, and I think you'll be pleased with the ratio.
And you have Wonder Woman, you have Aquaman, you have the Flash, you have Cyborg, and it looks like you have Doomsday. In the comic books, he kills Superman.
What does this have to do with Doritos?
I'm talking about Batman and Superman. I'm not talking about
Super Bowl
Doritos.
is Sunday, and he's promoting the big Doritos
This
contest.
is the one and only time I'll be able to talk to Zack Snyder about his movies.
Right.
Listen, I mean, look, the truth is that, I think Doritos and Batman and Superman clearly can live together.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right.
Have a great relationship. But we really wanted to introduce, hence the little subtitle "Dawn of Justice." It's really we had this great idea for a Batman versus Superman movie, but I really felt like once you sort of said, "Hey, Batman and Superman can live in a universe where they both exist,"
right?
the implication was that the rest of the Justice League was out there somewhere waiting to join in.
Wow. Now, they've had trouble starting Superman, over the many years. When you took over Man of Steel, were they micromanaging the whole thing? Did they let you do whatever you want to do? This leads to another question.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Nerd.
They seem to be they've been pretty kind with me, I think, as far as letting me kind of have fun with these.
Enough.
Oh, man.
Enough of that shit.
What is going on?
Was
that the real director?
Yeah, you hung up on Zack Snyder. That's like the biggest director.
You can only hear so much about Batman versus Superman enough already.
It's going to be the biggest movie ever. Wait, we're going to watch eel porn, but you're going to hang up on Zack Snyder?
Of course we're going to watch eel porn. Batman. Oh, there's Flash Gordon. And,
not Flash Gordon, the Flash. Not
whatever.
Flash Gordon.
Look how fired up he is. My favorite
You can't hang up on Zack Snyder.
I can if there's a 3-second delay. I ain't dealing with that shit.
When he finished his Diet Coke, he held his head at the back while he drank.
Well, no, because the headset was falling off.
Oh, I thought you just drank like
No. My headphones are falling off. You just hung up on Zack Snyder. You know what he's directed?
What?
What he's well, let me look.
You don't even know.
I do.
300,
the 300, Watchmen, Man of Steel. What?
300 was drawings. Though.
Man of Steel,
Dawn of the Dead remake.
Dawn of the Dead remake.
All
He's
right.
like one of the biggest directors out. You just hung up on him.
Yeah, you were boring me though.
But but the whole reason to have the director of Batman versus Superman on,
He wanted to talk about his Doritos.
Yeah, I love Doritos.
Would you really be disappointed if Superman won?
Superman
instead of
has
Batman?
to win.
But would you be mad if Batman
wins? Yeah. Batman's just a guy.
How long would you get over it?
How long
would it take
really
you to get over it?
Here, I want to say one thing. I have a Superman tattoo.
No way.
You want to see the hairiest Superman tattoo ever?
I don't have a choice.
It's hairy.
Wow, I think
I love
it's
Superman.
adventurous,
I'm
huh?
a comic book geek. If Batman beats Superman, I'm going to be
top heavy
pissed.
too, him.
Yeah. I'm going to be really pissed.
Your Superman tattoos in a grass field.
Wow, man, he's thick in the neck too.
Yeah.
He's thick in the neck.
I am thinking.
Why don't you shave around the tattoo?
I did.
All right, get him back. We'll talk about Batman versus Superman.
And Doritos.
Tell him I hung up.
Oh, they called in.
Yeah, we didn't call him.
Oh, I fucked it up,
We don't
I
have
guess.
Zack
Well, I mean, the delay was fucking me up.
Yeah, that's
just
hard
blame
to
it on
do.
the delay.
The delay.
So you think Batman has a chance against Superman?
That's not what I asked.
It feels like you wanted to hang up on him.
You think he wanted to hang up on me or I wanted to hang up on him?
Yeah, he seemed like he wanted to talk about Doritos.
Were you gonna were you going to work in your super?
He really wanted to just say, dude, it's a movie. Relax.
Were you going to work in your Superman tattoo eventually?
Mm-mm. Not to him.
I'll let you know I got a Superman tattoo.
No, because you know what? It's old school. It's not the new Man of Steel.
Even though I don't have a hint of a muscle on my body.
I have muscle. I can lift you with one arm.
Oh, wow, I would watch that. That'd be good. For charity.
Opie Radio is now over for now.
Over. Roger. Over.